Welcome back to another episode of the Family Album. I'm your host, AJ Tenari.
And I'm Matt Glass.
Last week, you heard our first episode of our Christmas block where we discussed Pictures at an Exhibition by ELP and The Animals' Christmas by Simon and Garfunkel. And we're continuing that this week with our very special guest episode because we're bringing back two fan favorites. Please welcome back Elizabeth and Andrew Cavaliere.
Yo.
Yay. Your favorite sibling duo.
Exactly.
It's great to have you guys back as always.
It's great to be back. Thank you. We're so excited. We were talking about this all day today.
A familiar place, familiar faces.
We're excited to have you back because some of our most popular episodes featured you two. Our most popular episode featured Andrew.
Yes.
That is so funny to me.
Congratulations
I know.
on being the guest episode of like the Spotify Wraps.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight.
That's a really big deal, Andrew.
I know,
That
dude.
credit to Slim Shady, bro. That's all him.
Shout out to Eminem real quick.
Marshall,
Couldn't have done without you.
I think
He's sponsoring this episode.
I think
Yes,
what's
he
great-
is.
I
He's
think
right
what's great
here,
about that
actually.
episode. What's great about the episode is I think that episode is now going to be considered the Bitch Please 3
Yes.
of Eminem's
And this
discography.
is Bitch Please 4 because Elizabeth is going to be our Nate Dogg this week.
Yo,
I'm
that's
so
all right.
scared. I'm so afraid.
Yo, as long as everyone took for a D12, we're cool. Bro. We're ready to go. That's all I
Great callback to that episode. What number episode is that, AJ? I've lost track after like
Andrews,
12.
that's episode 12.
Yes,
Is it episode
sir.
12?
Andrew was your 12th
Holy shit,
episode?
I just pulled that
It's our
number out of my
12th
ass.
What
I did not
episode
think
was
that
mine?
I didn't think that was...
Oh my God, Slay.
Yeah, episode 10 and 12.
And we're
It's
2 years
also-
apart.
What? Yo, that's
He did it on
weird.
purpose.
I gotta
That's
say, it's
weird.
also been a while since we had like two guests
I
on
know.
our show.
Last was Ben and Evan.
This is an improvement.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I don't know him, but I agree.
But anyway, I think we should start to discuss the theme because, you know, we're doing a big holiday block and we thought it'd be fun to bring in some family because family's a big part of the holiday.
Oh, so that's why we had this idea.
Exactly.
I wasn't really
We're
sure
just
why.
a bit. They don't like us at all.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure why we...
Matt wasn't aware.
We're the family album. What
The
did you not
holidays
get?
are family.
Yes.
Me and Andrew are siblings.
And you guys are like
Okay, we're not a
brothers.
Christmas-themed podcast.
I know. We were actually separated at birth, Andrew.
I can tell.
But we brought in the theme of sibling rivalry because, you know, families fight a lot, which is a crucial part of the holidays.
Oh, God.
So we have two very different albums we're discussing this week. So, Elizabeth, what is the album that you've brought this week?
So I brought to the table The Good Witch by Maisie Peters.
Very in character, if you remember the first Elizabeth episode.
I only listen to women.
Fair enough.
Valid.
And Andrew, what is the album that you brought?
I brought My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West, the one and only anti-Semitic.
I don't think he's the one and only.
He's the one and only, yeah.
There's all,
I think we're
I
in
can't
history.
believe you
there's
just
been
said that.
more.
I think we dropped that.
Oh my
I think that's the cold open, actually.
All right.
Wow. I mean, how else
I mean,
would you
okay,
introduce
elephant in the
it?
room. Kanye West, piece of shit. Said some bad things, some really fucking bad things.
Horrible person.
Did some really bad things, horrible
Yeah.
person. And it's really unfortunate that this album is fucking immaculate.
But
You know who
but
didn't do anything? Maisie Peters.
He did
It's
watch.
unfortunate that that album is okay.
Listen,
We're gonna fight, I know it. I can't wait to fight you
Somebody's
just like
gonna
Melanie
come out.
Martinez.
Great start already.
No,
yeah.
no, listen.
Just like the
This
holidays.
is the holidays.
Yeah.
Family fighting.
Listen,
We're putting the
no.
family in family album.
He watched 21 Jump Street, All's Well Ends Well. You see his Instagram.
Kanye?
Yeah, you ever see that?
No.
I don't keep up with
I
Kanye
do
West
not.
at all.
He said, I take back everything I said, man. Jonah Hill's the man.
All right, at least we can clear that water right away.
Yeah.
Thank
least we
God.
know
Everything he said off the
At
table.
least we know Jonah Hill is apparently the man, even though he's also kind of a piece of
Oh,
shit, too.
God.
It's,
Listen,
cut that
how
in
does one
post.
man have all that power, AJ?
it's funny you mentioned that because I think we should choose what album to start with first. And I think it's only fair we let the guest decide in a mutually
I kind of
disagreeable manner.
I don't know what is better to start with. They're so different,
Yeah,
and
they're
they're
real-
so.
We could have like a joust or something.
That's true.
Me and Andrew's fist fight like we were kids.
Yeah, just like the holidays.
I always won, by the way, so I would have won.
I mean, you're older. You want to pick?
I don't. That was crazy.
I mean, I'll be honest. I think I have more to say about Twisted Fantasy if we want to save that for the end.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an album that's more. Yeah.
Recognizable.
Yeah.
All right, shall we start with The Good Witch then?
We'll start with Maisie.
We got to generate
right.
that revenue by getting to listen to most of the episode.
Exactly,
And
yes.
then we
Why are we
can.
acting like everyone's gonna skip over Maisie Peters?
Facts. Timestamp here if anyone wants to
Don't
skip.
skip Maisie Peters. There's good stuff on the album that we will cover. but it's just a hard competition when put up against Twisted Fantasy. It's a
Talk
monumental
that
rap
talk.
I feel
album.
like Matt's gonna like the Good Witch a lot, but maybe I was
See,
wrong.
I already know AJ's
Matt
on
and
my
I seem
side.
to okay, but we have to get something straight though.
Matt, give us a little history.
I was talking so I could stall a little bit.
Okay, we'll cover
anyway,
you.
No, it's okay.
Oh, did
it's
you
okay.
do research on Maisie Peters? This is so
Not
slay.
not really. I just kind of
I want to hear
took
what
a
you have to
little,
say, then I'll throw in
I
stuff.
took a little bit of a glance, but
Sure.
The Good Witch by Maisie Peters was released on June 23rd, 2023 through Gingerbread Man Asylum.
What a name.
Ed
Records.
Sheeran's.
Oh.
It's Ed Sheeran's. Ed Sheeran is like her mentor, and he
That's
signed
interesting.
her. And that's why he was
Okay.
on.
Interesting.
Called the Gingerbread
It is, according to Wikipedia, it is a dance pop and pop rock album.
Pop rock's crazy to throw on for this album.
I mean, I can kind of see it. It's in a
It
couple
feels like a
places.
stretch.
Yeah, but not for the whole thing.
Come on, Wikipedia.
Maisie Peters took inspiration from Greek mythology, apparently, to like make this record.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like a twisted breakup album as it's been described.
Hold up. On that point of Greek mythology, she said something about
We'll get to that.
Odyssey or
We'll get to
something.
that.
Or
I hated it.
We'll get to that. That's one of my favorite lines.
We'll
We'll
get
get to
there
that.
soon.
I really hated that book, so that's not
Brought us
boding.
some
That's not
trauma.
boding well
Here's,
for this
here's
album.
my thing with Maisie Peters and why I chose this album specifically. Because if you remember, my original pick was Holly Humberstone. And then I was like, I think Maisie's just kind of more fun in sense of like analyzing, in sense of her sound. And also I love her writing. I think she's just a fun little... She's like the person that says she's like, I'm a 22-year-old teenage girl. And I think I love that
Yeah.
energy. She's just insane.
I would describe her style of writing as playfully scathing.
Yes.
Like it's very angry, but with like a kind of a comedic twist where
Yes,
she
like
just
a fun little
loves
twist.
she loves like digging the knife in with like all of her stories. So is this album about one dude or like a bunch of people?
I don't know. I feel like it's one. So I didn't have you listen to the Deluxe because, to be honest, not a huge fan of the Deluxe. But she name drops a guy named Andrew, actually.
What?
And
Andrew,
I
what
don't
the
know
fuck?
if that was the whole inspiration for the project. That's just one song.
How
but
old is this woman?
She's like 22.
Yeah, she does say that in the
I
album.
am literally
Andrew.
Guys, I wanted to get into this later. I don't want y'all to find out like
Avoid the
this.
The reason we're not
Controversy.
listening to the Deluxe is because it is about Andrew and we couldn't have the exposed, but now we're here anyway.
Shit, sorry, Andrew.
Guys, we caught that
The only
song.
good song from the Deluxe is called You're Just a Guy on a Horse. Did anybody listen to that one?
No.
Okay, well, the only good line from it is, were you dropped as a kid or is it the coke? And I think that's such a good line.
Jesus. Damn, Macy.
And that's that's why I didn't make you listen to 6 songs. That's the only line that was worth it. So that's why I just knew I was going to share.
Well, thanks,
know-
Elizabeth.
You know, if any of you guys are interested, this record had like 8 producers.
Is Kanye on there?
I hope not.
I don't think so.
What a crazy
What a crossover, dude.
It's just
I
Kanye
don't
West
think so.
on the Maisie album.
If he was, they definitely took him off because I don't see him.
He's just invisible inked on there. Like he's somewhere in there.
He's on there.
Look deeper,
808s and
Matt.
coming of age.
Just in the middle of like history of man. Scoop diddy whoop.
Oh, that'd go hard.
It's laden under so much stuff. You only have to listen with the special pair of headphones.
Yes.
and
You
you
have to
hear
listen to it in reverse, and then you'll hear Kanye.
in verse.
Kanye.
Buy my stem player. Like
Down to 3 coming soon.
That's so fucking funny.
Anyway, Matt, who produced this fucking thing?
oh, you want me to read it?
I would
Okay,
love to hear
gotcha.
the 8. Actually, I'm intrigued.
Joe Rubel,
Okay.
Elvira. What the fuck is that last name? Andrew Fjord.
Slay.
I shit you not. Andrew Fjord.
Andy Fjord. Cool.
Oscar Gomez, Matthias Telez, Afters,
I know
Ben
Afters.
Ash, Brad Ellis, Brad Ashurst, and the
likes
Nocturnes.
She's got a lot of Brads on this.
Got a Brad thing.
Is that the guy? Is Brad like?
Maybe.
That would be so crazy if she produced.
Is he the guy on the
record.
horse?
Someone call Brad.
Why is he on that horse?
But yeah, that would conclude the history.
Well, thank you for that history, Matt.
thank
You
you,
are
Matt.
welcome.
Very
Good
nice.
job looking at Wikipedia.
Yeah.
We're also proud of you.
That's what we
can
do. Shall we just dive right into this first track on The Good Witch?
I'd love nothing more, AJ.
All right, well, starting off with the title track, The Good Witch, I think it's a solid enough intro, but it's a bit slow for my liking.
It's a very slow opening, and she opens her show with this, which I think is really interesting.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because her motif is all about like witch and coven stuff, right?
Her whole thing is that her fan base is a coven and she is a witch. And she
Okay.
genuinely, I think, in her heart believes that she's a witch.
Okay, that's kind of gas.
Like, it's so funny. At my show, at the Philly show, someone yelled in the crowd, like mid-show, and just went, like, burn the witch. And
Damn.
she stopped everything and went in her little British accent. She went, "Excuse me, good sir, did you just say burn the witch?" And I just love that. I just love British people. I think
She
that's
is
the
very
lure of
British.
her.
What is she?
And you can hear
What
it
is
in
she?
her singing.
Very
You can hear it in
British.
her singing, which is not often, which I think makes it like I like it more.
It's not like offensively British, unlike some artists we've covered on the show.
Have you ever covered Youngblood? Because that is crazy.
No, I'm talking more about Bastille.
AJ loves Bastille.
They're my favorite.
I'm gonna get him to
Bastilles of all
like
time.
Bastille. It's
Wait,
okay.
is that Pompeii?
Yep.
Yeah, it's Pompeii.
AO?
Exactly
They got,
that.
they got way
Ayo,
better
ayo.
songs than that. I can tell you that much.
But not on Give
No,
Me the
that's
Future.
the hit.
Not on Give Me the
man.
Future. Do not listen to Give Me the Future.
And I'm just kind of ass.
Sounds amazing.
But Andrew, what did you think of The Good Witch, the first track?
You know, it's funny you ask because about 2 weeks ago, I was coming home from a doctor's appointment and I thought this is a good time to put it on, you know? I didn't really need directions or whatnot. So I'm driving and then all of a sudden I start getting into new territory, new terrain. And I was
Like
where?
physically or mentally?
Yeah, like physically. Start diving in my no, like I'm like, what is happening? And I thought I was in Baltimore. I thought I got lost.
He was in Bryn Mawr and he thought he made to Baltimore.
I was not in Bryn Mawr.
From listening to this one track?
Andrew.
I was driving from Bryn Mawr to Westchester, and somehow I ended up like
He thought he was
near
in
Philly.
Baltimore.
That's
And I was
crazy.
like, I literally was like, well, it just looked like my drive to work, which kind of is on the way to Baltimore. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to Baltimore, baby. and anyway, this song was played. It was pretty good, though. I'm not gonna lie.
The
More of
first
the
track?
story. No, I listened to like half the album. I got up to
Okay,
like
AJ.
Tinkerbell one. Yeah, Wendy.
AJ looked at you and said, "What did you think of this opening
Well,
track?"
this is
track,
the
yeah.
moral of it is that I don't really remember because I was like horrified. I was like, "Where am I, bro? Where am I going?"
I guess the lyricism just did something to you, Andrew.
No, they did.
Her magic powers
they
transported you.
I
teleported
gotta
my car to
say, we can make a
Baltimore.
fortune with this. We can
Yeah.
get to fucking Baltimore. Looks like that. Holy shit! We gotta get on this now,
Damn, Maisie patent this.
That's the
guys.
way.
Link in bio. Link to this album in bio. You just start listening. You're gonna end up in Baltimore.
It's only Baltimore,
That's the
though.
most
doesn't
terrifying
lose
tagline
it.
ever.
She loses all streams.
Hey,
Hey, I love Baltimore. So like, I'm
I'm not a
chilling.
huge fan of.
You know that's where The
Baltimore, but-
Wire is based. The show The Wire. Oh,
I'm sure
man.
Maisie Peters is a huge Wire fan.
Anyway, so yeah, the opening track is pretty cool.
I wouldn't say cool. I think it's effective. I think musically, it's a nice little piano
It's
ballad.
very much like an interlude. To me.
It's like a setup.
Yeah.
It's more than an actual track. It's more just saying like where Maisie has been since
You
like her
know-
past.
It reminds me, AJ. This is a sentence that every single time I've said it, you've gotten like personally offended. But this reminds
hear
me
it.
of a Coldplay song
Yikes.
called "Rain of Love." It's after Lovers in Japan. It's like a little like 1 minute song at the end.
From what album?
Oh God,
that the
Viva La
Rihanna
Vida.
one?
Okay.
Rihanna album. Is she on? She has a song with Coldplay. I think it's called Lost in somewhere. I thought
It's not on that one. I think that's on.
But it does exist, I guess.
Yeah, but it reminds me of a Coldplay song.
Which is unfortunate for Maisie.
It's one of the better Coldplay songs.
Something I like about this
Way.
track is I like the end of it. I think more.
Yeah, with all like the
The
people
voices,
just chiming in.
it's all
Yeah.
like her friends talking,
Yeah.
and
I
then
do
like fades into
remember
like
this.
dun, 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 and then
Yeah.
it fades into the next song, which
Which
like
does work
that
very well,
for an
yeah.
opening track, especially.
AJ, are you just so ecstatic to edit this?
No.
Bro, honestly, raw footage. Give it all.
Yeah, all this uncut audio will be on our Patreon
Which will be in our Instagram content.
whenever that comes out
It's all linked. It's
on
all
our
linked.
wiki, yeah.
in Baltimore.
There's a bug on the screen.
Oh, fuck. I think that's our sign to move on to the next track.
Yeah.
Coming of age.
This is a good one. I like Coming of Age.
I run to this song. It's the best pace to sprint to.
It does have a good
Do you
running
get to
tempo.
Baltimore?
I've never tried, but maybe if I
It's
ran fast
only the
enough.
Good Witch, Matt.
Yeah, it's only the opening track that
Yeah.
transports you.
My
Then
bad.
you're stuck. Then you gotta run to come
No,
of
no, no.
age.
It's all a journey, man. I got up to Wendy, you know?
I love. I love coming of age. That's the line that you talked about earlier.
Yeah, with the
one of the
Iliad.
best lines of the
Oh, the
album,
Iliad.
in my opinion, is "Baby, I am the Iliad. Of course, you couldn't read me."
Yeah.
that is so brilliant.
She does have like very good like reference lyrics, I find. And
She's good
Yes.
at like one-liners too.
yes, they're very good singers.
But her references are so niche, though.
They are.
And there's more later in the track. Like, I think in Batshit Crazy, there's a few where I'm like, what are you
Yes,
saying,
yeah,
girl?
yeah, with,
but
like, the
it's so
Stevie King
funny if
shit.
you know it. Because it's like, what did she just say? But I love coming of age. I think it's fun. I think it's a good transition from like the opening being so like tame
Like mellow,
to then going
yeah.
to like, okay, this is pop.
It's more kind of like 80s kind of style, which I like a lot, especially in the verses. It's very cool with a nice little bass line.
I love it.
agree.
Thank
Andrew,
you,
do you
Andrew.
remember anything about that song?
Can you like sing a little for me? I know the Iliad line.
Who's gonna sing for Andrew?
Matt?
Not it.
Come on, Matt, you're the singer. You gotta sing it.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's
I
trauma.
sing songs that I know.
Let's hear it.
Coming of age, it's my heritage. I have to turn the page.
Hey,
Yeah, do you remember that one, Andrew?
This is
Apparently-
my coming of age.
Apparently, what I was singing was like a vaudeville album. I don't know what the fuck that was, but anyway.
So that was
the
the
bad-
Maisie
the
Peters
bad
second
witch,
track with the
actually.
good witch.
No, I actually kind of like this track though.
Yeah, it's not bad.
From what I do remember of it, I just didn't remember the lyrics. I'm sorry, but
Okay.
yeah, no,
yours is better, honestly.
Oh, thanks. Thanks. Vaudeville wins again.
As it always does.
I like the bass line though on
Bass
this
line is
track.
really
It's
good.
pretty tight.
And the keys.
And the chorus kind of like smacked me in the face when it
Right?
first like happened.
Well, I like how it just starts because it comes from that fade in and just there's no break and it's
Yeah,
just like
it's just
dun,
right
dun,
in.
dun, 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 dun. Like I love that.
I also, I think I found a Halsey moment, Elizabeth, like the one where the
all
crowd
makes
participation.
sense. Yeah.
Fuck, I can't see because it's dark in here.
Get a flashlight out, Grandpa.
Take your meds to
Damn, Elizabeth.
D12. Yo, no,
It's
we're
you
moving on
couldn't
to
keep
Kanye.
what you couldn't take because everything kind of drops out. She shouts and she has backing
Yeah.
vocals on there.
People do yell that. The Iliad line also gets yelled.
Yeah.
Maisie Peters' concerts, I think why I liked it so much is very similar to Halsey, where she just wants you to yell, right? Like
Yeah,
she
and
gives you
jump.
the mic and jump.
Listen, if you want to go to heaven,
You can fuck me tonight. See, Matt remembered something from that Halsey album. It's a good line. And
Good
one day when I
reference.
take you to see Halsey live, you're gonna know it. That's the only thing
Exactly.
you're gonna know.
You can say it.
AJ, what episode was Elizabeth's?
Episode 10.
Ah,
They were
gotcha.
2 episodes apart.
I saw. Yeah,
Or an
that is
episode
the
apart.
case.
Just like how we're 2
That
years
is just
apart.
crazy.
It is just crazy.
And now we're here on episode,
Who knew?
what is this, 20?
This is episode
20 million?
29.
20 million?
God, AJ, we're old.
I know.
Jeez.
And we're getting older.
I know.
So let's move on to this next track.
Is it Watch?
It is Watch.
This is my favorite song on the album.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Okay.
It made it on the playlist.
Damn, on the Andrew Cavaliere
That's
certified playlist.
an honor.
Uh-huh.
Holy
What do you
shit.
like about Watch?
I don't know. It was just a bop. Like it just sounded good on my ears.
I think like it has more of a kind of like I don't know how to describe. Not like a march, but it's a lot like more staccato in the way that it's presented. And I love the fucking keys during
love that.
the.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Andrew.
Staccato.
Is that what you were just gonna say? There's a line from this one too that I like a lot that I want to quote properly, so I'm looking up the lyrics, but it's in the bridge. And it's so see that's the thing. I love her writing because it just feels like silly goofy, but at the same time it's like very emotionally driven.
Yeah.
And a lot of her writing is like she talked about before where like she has a song called Kate's Brother. I don't know if anybody did a deep dive into that song, but it literally is made up. Like she had a friend that had a really hot brother, so she wrote a whole song about them meeting and sleeping together and falling in love, which objectively is kind of insane for someone to do if you know that. But like writing style,
It works for her
fucking
brand.
works.
Yeah.
Oh, the line I love from this song is like the whole thing where it's like, sure, I don't know if she's your girlfriend, well fucking sue me because at least then we
Yeah.
could talk. That is so funny.
I remember you mentioning that, and I was
That
like,
is so
that's the one Elizabeth likes.
insane. Of course, that's something I'd like because
Yeah.
I'm crazy. Like I love that energy of just like, I don't know. I like in your face women,
Mm-hmm.
and she is that in like a tiny little crop top and skirt.
And who likes witches and stuff?
Who likes witches?
What's not to love?
The Crucible.
Big crucible head.
Matt? What did you think of this track?
I actually really like this one. It's very Taylor Swift coded, which I do enjoy.
I see that with like the writing style.
What film is she referring to with Michael Cera? Is it Superbad?
I hope
or
it's
is it-
Scott Pilgrim.
It is. I
would
know.
assume it's
that's,
Scott
It is Scott Pilgrim.
That's super
That was a joke that was
That's got
obviously
Jonah
very
Hill.
funny, but yeah.
Yeah, putting in Michael Cera. That's the thing. Like she makes
Yeah,
these niche
very niche.
references of like nobody was like, "Do you want to think about that?" They were just
like
like,
Scott Pilgrim. Anyone remember?
Ed Sheeran's like, "Okay, Maisie,
Sure.
do whatever you want."
But Scott Pilgrim fucking rips. Great movie.
It's a great film.
Anything else about Watch?
Not really. No.
All right. Moving on, we have Body Better. I think this is definitely one of the best tracks on the
Oh,
album.
it's so
It's
the
a banger.
production of this
Yeah.
is so good.
It's a
Bass
banger.
line on verse 2. God fucking damn, so good.
Let me just tell you, when I first listened to this album, I was listening to it at a hockey game because my internship currently is with my school's athletic program. And this track came on as a bunch of hockey players were body checking everybody just into the walls. And I thought that was pretty funny.
What an interesting take on this song.
It made their body worse, actually.
I like the chorus, and it's a banger. That's pretty much all I wrote for
think
this
it's just so
song.
relatable. Maybe this is, again, all the women I listen to are just like little 20-something-year-old teenage girls, and that's how I relate. But I don't know. I think that's across all her writing. She takes concepts that are so, like, so many people can relate to, and just make it like a little, like that comedic spin to it, plus like
the emotion. Yeah.
She's highly sensitive, which I relate to. Andrew can attest to that.
Yes.
I do like the kind of the flow of the chorus. It's very catchy. Just like the better body better.
It's for sure her radio hit. Like that was definitely written with the purpose of like you're a single.
Yeah, it's like the earworm of the album.
I do enjoy that. Andrew, what do you think of the song?
I just looked up the lyrics to remind me of it, but I do remember this song. I did like this one.
What did you like about it?
And the instrumentation, the lyrics.
Listen. This is too much, all right? I don't remember all that. I just know that this was a banger. And I was jamming on my way to Baltimore.
It is a head bobber, without a doubt.
Matt knows what's up.
All right. Next up, we have Want You Back. So, do you know the story behind this one? Because it sounds like this dude did something kind of fucked.
From what I could understand, it's cheating.
Okay.
In my head, this whole concept is about a guy that cheated on her, and that's what I've heard. But it's like she writes about stuff that might not even exist.
That is also,
It's like
she
she's
is
just
insane.
throwing in lines.
Yeah.
Like this girl's not mentally stable, which is why I love her, Maisie. I love you, but she's not mentally there.
What's wrong
Once
with
You
her?
Back is where on the album. I think it might be one of my least favorites on the album, honestly.
I think like a lot of the slower stuff on the album, I'm just not a big fan of.
But I think it's like this one in particular. Like I like some of the slower stuff, but I don't think lyrically this one holds up as high as some of the other slower ones.
That's fair. Though there is one on here that lyrically is just not very good.
I can't wait to hear what one you think that is.
Wait, hold up. Is she actually mentally unstable?
Like probably.
She's
for
batshit
sure.
crazy. She
Yeah,
says it
she's
on the
batshit
album.
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's a whole track about it.
I mean, a lot of people say that, but like,
I don't know her personally. From what I can gather, is that she talks a lot about being
Yeah.
mentally unwell. So
That's
I'm
like her
going to go with
brand.
that. Yes, that's her whole brand.
Listen, you're just the boy, and she's kind of the man. I know that's later in the line, but I felt that it was just applicable.
It was appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah. Once You Back, just I don't have too much to say about that. Honestly, it feels like a filler almost.
Yeah, it's just kind of whatever.
That's kind of how I felt. I mean, like tonally, I think it was a nice change of pace because
It slows things down after all the energy.
you got to have the highs and lows. You know what I mean? That's how.
Of hitchhiking.
Yeah.
That didn't come out yet. Fuck. That comes out next month.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Fuck.
no, this will be a reference.
That they'll get in a month.
In the future, yeah.
Throwback.
How'd they do that? It's almost like they recorded it out of order or something.
No, they would never do that.
For
Nah.
that.
We always record the day before the episodes come out, obviously.
I think my blood just started like my heart rate went up just
Adrian
like
just
thinking
doesn't
about
sleep.
that.
Adrian
Nope.
just stays up all night and edits for 9 hours straight. and
Exactly.
releases it.
No, he releases the raw footage, like on this one.
We're gonna get doxxed, AJ.
Not again.
That happened?
Yeah. No. So I like gaslighting people, Andrew. It's fun.
That's your role.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I'm the girl boss.
Yeah, and
You're
Matt's
the
gatekeep.
gaslight.
Sorry, I'm gatekeep.
Yeah.
And Andrew's just here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the victim.
Good God.
That's how it is.
Well, next up we have The Band and I. This is a track that you like a lot, right?
I love this song. I tour, so it makes me emotional. And I've also never heard a song written about this.
Yeah, because it's kind of refreshing because usually every song that relates to this concept is just how miserable touring is.
No, it's like
Yeah.
it's like the childhood dream-esque, because that's her whole thing too, is that she just like wanted to always sing, and it's like she's kind of in the earlier stages of like success in
Yeah.
terms of like she's been doing it for a few years, but like she was on Ed Sheeran's tour this year. Like Girlie's getting a little more popular, you know. So it's just sweet. It's like a childhood dream coming
Yeah.
true, and it's like all the references are so niche, but only to like touring.
It's also like about like inside jokes, like stuff that happened on the tour with like her bandmates and her friends and stuff. I was saying it's like refreshing because like other bands like Avenged Sevenfold and Rush write songs about how just like touring is like the fucking worst, but here Maisie Peters is like, oh, it's actually really fun. It's like my dream.
There's a Luke Combs song called "The Part" where it's literally him just being like, "It's horrible." Like
All
this is
the
the part they don't
people.
tell you about, like you see on
Yeah.
stage. But I don't. That's the thing. I don't personally think that's true. I think in some camps it probably is, but like I relate more to the Maisie side. Like it's just like it's so niche and so fun, and like there's the line about like the midnight stops, like Border Patrol.
Yeah.
Like it's so niche. But I'm like I can think.
But you
back.
get it, yeah, because you've
Yeah.
been there.
That song made me cry when I heard live. I loved it. It's so sweet because it's her on a stage being like, the band and I are here living our dreams. And it's such a sweet, and they do a whole, each person gets like a little solo built into it.
Which is really nice.
Really cute.
I like how she sings the chorus too. I don't have the technical terminology.
It's got almost kind of like a country kind of feel to it a little bit. It's very folksy, yeah.
That's a really good way to describe it. I think it sounds more like it was written by country artists.
Yeah, it's more intimate.
Yes.
Elizabeth, you ever play Heads Up in a car in Seattle?
Are you also bad at Heads Up?
I probably would be. I'm trying to think if you play that in a car. They must be just like running around.
Is like the driver's like one hand is like facing the other way.
I'm just like, who?
That's so absurd.
Honestly, what be done is the driver like this. The driver like thumbs up,
Yeah, just
head down.
head completely the other way, holding
Somebody's
one
like,
hand on the
somebody
wheel.
watch the road for me.
Come on, guys, what is it?
But it made me think of like, we played games. Like Rosie's crew specifically would always play like, we do improv, which we looked psychotic. Like Michael, our tour manager, would put on like a background track of some music, like elevator music, and then he'd come up with a skit. And all
yeah,
of
like
us
the
became
jazz stuff?
character. Yes, just random jazz music would appear, and we knew that was time to do a skit. So like, you do make up stuff on those long drives. There was something about Philly too. She said like,
Yeah, with the best damn band that's ever played here.
but wasn't like by the gas station and the pickup trucks. Like it's
Yeah.
just like you're in weird areas. I don't know. She captures it very well, in my opinion. It's like sweet.
Best band. That's a bold claim.
I will agree with that
Well, did
one.
you catch in the beginning? She says best band in
In
Oregon, best band in
Oregon.
Philly. So it's
Yeah.
like wherever her band is the best band because she is the best band.
Exactly.
So she's cocky.
Someone has listened to Twisted Fantasy.
I love Andrew's takeaway from that.
Oh my god, Mr. Yee.
Yeah, I see. I think that's a slower song too that changes the pace, but like still
But it
lyrically holds
works.
up.
Yeah, because
Yes.
musically it's a lot more interesting.
And I don't
than
feel that
Want
way
You
about
Back.
Want You Back.
Yeah, because that's just like a piano
Matt, do
ballad.
you agree or disagree?
Well,
You're on the fucking spot, dude.
yeah, jeez. It's just the
Gun to your head.
What is it?
It's not. There's no band here. It's just I. But anyway, no. I did like this track. It's very feature film core. Like it's very
Yeah.
like
It could be
Indie
like an
movie.
indie film.
like
yeah.
a documentary about touring, like soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. It's got this nice little scraping of like the guitar for more like percussive feel as
Yeah.
like the intro, and then it has like a badass guitar solo in the middle, which I really enjoyed. So this one did stand out to me quite a lot.
It's solid.
I will say that this is one of the better slow songs. I was getting kind of bored at some of her slow songs, like some of her less like poppy, kind of energetic stuff. But like, this was
yeah.
like sweet, you know.
I think it more so on like the second half of this album. I feel that because like that's when more like the slow and honestly like more experimental stuff kind of happens.
It is interesting to see the trajectory. That's why
Yeah.
That's why I want to talk about this one more than Holly Humberstone, because I feel like Holly is more of a consistent sound where you're
Yeah.
like, this is good. This is more diverse.
Yeah, she
and you
tries a lot of things.
And there's more criticism than we put into
Yeah.
it. Which I think makes it more interesting to listen.
But we'll get there when we get there because next up we have another fucking banger. You're just a boy and I'm kind of the man.
This song is one of my favorites on the album.
This
It goes
one
hard
fucking
as
rips.
fuck.
It's
Yeah.
such a fun little insult, though.
I know.
Like, think about like
Yeah, there's layers to that.
oh, there's so many
Yeah.
layers. You're just a boy and I'm kind of the man. That says so much.
I
And
know.
imagine someone looking at you and like saying that
Yeah.
and me like that.
Dude, you'd be destroyed.
You have to think about that.
Fucking ended.
You have
Like,
to think
you're
about
done.
that.
Like
You're
your
fucking
relationship
done.
card's fucking revoked. Go back to the crib, baby.
Go call up Melody Martinez, you cry baby.
Yeah, actually, from what I hear, you don't want to do that.
They developed the alphabet boy list. That's just like a pod.
That's terrible.
I want to look at the lyrics of this specifically because I think that like the way what's the opening line? It's like I'm not taking clowns like a one woman
Yep.
circus. You're kind of awful, but you're not
And
awful on purpose. That's just like
You gave me a 2-word response when I was having a breakdown.
Okay, Mr. Bruce Wayne, where's
your
that cape now?
I like that DC reference.
Leave Batman out of this.
Also, there's a cowbell in there. Did you
Yeah, the
catch that?
cowbell. I love the drums on this track so
Dude,
much.
the drums fuck so hard.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Like especially like the nice little interlude before the chorus hits. It's like a very like Tom heavy percussive thing with the cowbell accents. That part fucking rules. It reminds me of Geese a little bit. Cowboy nudes. Yeah.
Oh, that album's so good.
When they
Very
play
good
it
album.
live, there's like a literal cowbell that just comes out. And
Some dude or does the drummer playing
I
it?
think the drummer does it.
Hell yeah.
I love. There's what was the one when you pushed me out quicker than it took me to put my jeans on?
Yeah.
I think it's really funny.
That's a good one. She does have she does have banger fucking lines.
Yeah, she's
She's
an
good at like
insult
the
artist.
one-liners.
Yeah.
And it's something where you have to go back and be like, what did that girl just say?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my god.
Damn.
Good at wordplay.
No, yeah, that's why I think I love her as a writer a lot. I
This
think
is-
it's really funny.
Yeah.
This is definitely one of the highest points of the album. I'd say this is probably my top 3 of like the favorites.
Yeah.
Definitely agree.
I don't know about that.
Really?
It's up there. Not my.
I want to hear Andrew's
Okay.
top
Andrew, you
three.
didn't listen to most of the album.
Well, I listened to it. I listened to every one of them. I was just
That's right.
on a journey.
Listen, some of it was in Baltimore. The other part of it was in
There's
Andrew
only
doesn't
so much you
remember
can
anything
remember.
before Wendy, but after Wendy is when Andrew comes back in.
No, I do.
He snapped out of his trance.
I look
I
at
bet
the lyrics.
Wendy's
I'm like, oh
Andrew's
yeah.
favorite. Andrew
I remember
I'm
loves
so
Peter
sorry. I
Pan.
keep
I think
referencing.
he'll
I keep
get
like
it.
bringing that joke back. It's just so funny to me. Just like,
no, yeah.
Andrew thought he was going to
I
Baltimore.
really did too. That's
We
so
talked the
funny to
whole
me.
part here. I was like, but where on a map? How in 30 minutes
you
could you
end up,
possibly
yeah.
get to Baltimore?
Listen, I wasn't thinking like that. I was looking at the terrain. I was like, oh, yeah.
When have you been to Baltimore?
Baltimore has a very
You've
characteristic
never been.
terrain.
You've,
Yeah.
you've never been to Baltimore.
When I go to work,
Crabs.
When you go to work, you go to Delaware. You do not pass Baltimore to get to
but
Delaware.
that is like the road that
You see a sign that says Baltimore. You do not get to Baltimore.
Yeah,
You've
it's
never
true.
seen
And I
Baltimore.
also drove to Fort Lauderdale. I went through Baltimore. We
You do
almost
not
went
go
to
through
the-
Baltimore. You go on
Hold on,
95 and
We
Baltimore's
almost
next
went to
to
the
you.
goddamn aquarium. All right, the Baltimore Aquarium. I heard that's supposed to be good. We didn't go, but I drove through it.
You didn't drive through it. You drove on
I did
95, which is literally like it's next to it. You're not in it.
Andrew, I'm fucking aghast at the shit I'm hearing right now.
Are you?
Yes.
Now
You're
he's
blowing my mind,
disappointed.
man.
I just don't understand how you thought you were in Baltimore and not just like
I know. It just-
I
anywhere
don't
else.
understand how you guys
Buttfuck
don't
PA?
understand. I
How'd
don't
you
get
go?
it.
How'd you go through 2 states in
That's
25
true.
minutes?
Listen,
It's the
you don't-
witchy magic of
You gotta
Maisie
put
Peters.
yourself in my shoes, dog. Have some empathy.
That's not even possible.
family heads. I was like, to let you know that I've just been sitting back here eating some gummy bears.
That's like
kind of
God
just
won't let
watching this
stop.
all
It's just
unfold.
like the holidays.
Me and Andrew at work last night were literally fighting, and then somebody
yeah,
at
that
work
was
was like,
bad.
"Please stop,
Please.
please stop."
Well, Andrew,
Anyway.
keep talking like that. You're going to lose the breakup.
You're just a boy.
Yo,
and
that's
I'm
a
kind of the
banger.
man.
That is a banger.
Lost the breakup is so
That's a banger.
fun.
That's,
This is
I
when
think,
I
the most
really
popular
realized
song.
I was
Yes.
lost too.
During Lost,
When I
When you
really
came out of your
sunk in.
trance.
you were like, "Lost, that's me."
Seriously, this is when I was like, I ain't in
Like, oh,
Kansas
this song
no more.
slays.
Yeah,
Where am I?
well, I think it definitely works well as a single. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely memorable.
Her flow on this one's good.
Yeah.
The flow's really good. And I like the end where it's like, "Hey, it's been forever." Like the
yeah,
end where
that
she's
part's
like,
really
I'm
good.
kind of busy.
Like the little skit.
yes,
yeah, that's
the whole
fun.
bit.
I like the message too, bro. Like how it's like about a winning game. Like you
Yeah.
know, like, I think
Confidence.
most
And there's like a
people
story
do that.
too, because she
Yeah.
wins the breakup.
She does win the breakup. At the
Yeah.
end, she was right. She's always right. When she plays it live, it's cute because she'll be like, "I'm kind of busy. I'm in Philadelphia tonight."
Guys-
and like everyone loves that.
Guys, I think the real breakup was the friends we made along the way.
I agree.
So fast.
There are no winners and losers with friendship. Oh man. But this chorus is kind of gas. I like
It's
this chorus a
pretty good.
lot.
Yeah.
I like anything you can yell, and I think this is a very yellable song.
Yeah.
You know,
Like Halsey.
that's how I judge my artists. If I can scream, except Holly Humberstone, you can't yell, but I choose to yell over it. You know,
That's your personal choice.
like I'm sure nobody at her shows will be screaming, but I will be screaming.
And that's all that matters for Holly. At least she has one.
Period. Per.
Kanye lost the breakup.
Kanye lost a lot by now.
You know, like his mind. Sorry.
Breakup is the least of his problems.
No, you lost that too. You lost a lot of things. And the friends along the way
like
too.
that, dude.
Did you like that one, AJ?
That was really good. That was really fucking good.
Oh my god.
Oh, Andrew,
God.
keep sending these up, man. I love it. I love it.
We'll get to Kanye.
We will
can
get
I
to
say?
Kanye. Be
What can I say,
patient.
man?
We're
Don't
like halfway
skip the
through
video.
Maisie.
Don't skip the
We're
video.
halfway
Yo,
through Maisie,
timestamp,
and now we're getting to the
timestamp.
part where we get angry.
We're not timestamping it. We can't even do that. We haven't edited it yet.
Andrew, are you opening a granola bar?
Wait, I'm allowed to eat it, right?
No!
He was eating gummy bears.
When people are not talking and he's
Andrew,
away from
you're,
the mic.
you're next to the mic.
Oh yeah, is this making a loud noise?
Yes. Andrew, put your headphones on.
Andrew, let's get through Maisie, then you can eat your granola bar. Put it down.
Andrew, yes, Andrew, we can take
just
a break.
clarify. Let me clarify. This is a Gatorade protein bar. Right? This is no normal
Andrew,
shelf granola bar.
regardless
This is
of
good
what kind of
stuff.
bar it is, it's going to be hell to listen to if you're chewing into the
Oh,
mic.
what if I sit back here? Is this far?
I can still hear the rapper, dude.
Andrew, put it
found our
down.
highlight reel.
Let's get through one album, then we'll go to the next one.
Yes, well, you take a break and you can have your little Gatorade bar.
You're right. You're right. But now
Thank
it's
God it's time for Wendy when Andrew
Oh,
checked back into
fucking
the
Christ.
album.
yeah, I just like this song because of Peter Pan.
You like this
What?
song?
Wait,
did.
pause. What did
You fucking
it's on
called
camera?
this.
I literally, or not camera, it's on audio. I literally said Andrew's gonna like Wendy because he likes Peter Pan.
That's actually insane.
I don't hate this song. I just don't think it's anything special.
I really hate this song. I don't
actually
care
took
for it.
points off because it has anything to do with Peter Pan.
Crazy.
I hate
Repping them
Peter Pan.
bad.
It's
Okay,
just
what's your
it's so
discrepancy for
weird.
this song?
What?
What's your discrepancy with this song?
I mean, I think the Peter Pan kind of like theme is just kind of weird. I also just like the whole motif of behind every lost boy there is a Wendy. I'm just kind of like, shut up, Macy. That's so on the nose.
Shut up, Maisie.
Sound like Adam Sandler. Shit!
Yeah, this is definitely probably my bottom 3, but I think I still hate Want You Back more than I hate this.
Which is fair. I feel like she's
This has more flow. Like, it's more airy and dreamy.
There is more going on too. Like there's
and
the
it's kind
studio
of
imagery.
delusional, you know? Behind every
Which
lost
does
boy,
fit
there's
her
always a
brand,
Wendy. Like,
yeah.
there's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I agree with you in that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's her worst.
This was the
That's
point.
fair.
This was
I
the
will
point in
also-
the
yeah.
hockey game where I was like, okay, this has gone on a
Same
little bit.
hockey
Yeah.
This has gone on a little bit too long.
Yeah, so you get halfway through and you're like, it could be over.
Yeah, I feel like once we hit this point, I kind of lose interest for the rest of the album.
That's so interesting because some of my favorite songs are on the second half.
It's where she gets more experimental, and I feel like the ideas don't quite work sometimes. But just like I feel like the consistent pop stuff is just a lot more fun to listen to.
Yeah, it has a lot more momentum, I
Yeah.
would say. I like the ambiance of this track quite a lot.
Yeah, with like the ticking stuff in there.
Yeah.
It's cool studio imagery.
Oh, without a doubt. But I do think that definitely it just was kind of in a weird place.
Yeah, especially after Lost the Breakup, as that's a really weird like tonal shift.
I think it's
It's a
kind of
weird
funny
like
because in my
message kind
head,
of shift too.
yeah.
in my head, I think it went Lost the Breakup. She's like, okay, radio single, safe. Then she's like, not safe.
My turn.
My turn. She
Strike
took the
one.
wheel from the 8 producers and she said this way. And that's how we got
From
the second
8
half of the
producers.
All those fucking Brads.
album. She knocked them all down.
Yeah, I'll get off his fucking horse.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about Wendy. Did you liked Wendy?
I did.
Or
Was
are
it
you
just
just liking
because?
Wendy because of the Peter Pan?
Pretty much. And also, this is when I stopped listening to the album and I realized I was in Baltimore. And then
I had some problems to solve.
I had some.
But you weren't in Baltimore. You just
I
weren't.
definitely wasn't. I was outside there.
Listen, don't
What a character
blame,
arc.
Don't blame him. Blame Elvira Anderfjord.
True. Elvira's the one to
Did you
blame.
look at like who was song credits for that?
That's one of the producers.
Yeah.
One of like the 10 producers on this record.
Jeez.
Yeah. Matt, you got anything else to add about Wendy? I got nothing else in my brain about this one.
This song is longer than it needs to be.
I agree.
Agreed.
That's just
This
kind
should
of
have been an interlude. I think I would have liked it more if it was treated like a
just
Like
an instrumental.
Yeah,
yes,
that would make
and
cool.
then it would have carried into the more experimental part of the
Yeah.
album. Like I think that would have
Stylistically,
made more sense.
stylistically
Actually-
that honestly would have given me a lot more respect for this album.
Right?
Yeah, especially to like what comes after it. That would be like a really cool
Because if
transition.
we transitioned, it would have been nicer, and I feel like
Yeah.
more people would have been more receptive to it. But I'm not one of the 8 producers.
That's
so
true.
I'm not named
You
Brian.
could be at this point. I mean, like, let's see.
just go in a
Yeah,
room
just
and I'm like,
taking
do
anyone.
that.
Hey, literally.
It's just taking
I'll call it tune.
You show up on a horse and you're in. Anyway, Elizabeth, you did mention running before, and I think that's very pertinent because this next track is called
Okay.
Run.
Here's my thoughts about Run. I think Run is really fun in the sense of like the concept I like a lot. I think it's funny and kind of dumb but funny.
Yeah.
But production wise, it's one of my least favorites.
Yeah,
you cannot run to run.
Yeah.
Why would you make a song called Run without a beat to run?
It's a very weird musical shift from everything we've heard. It's like drum and bass almost with
Yeah.
like its instrumentation. And like I think the concept is kind of funny where it's just like getting away from like obsessive dudes, just run away from
So,
them.
I think about live show all the time, and I love her intro for this was like she talked to men in the crowd. She's like, anybody a man? And she like talked to them for a minute. She goes, huh, I would run. And then like the beat comes in. So I like that theatrics of it.
She is very theatric.
I can't even remember the verses of this. Run to me is also kind of forgettable.
No.
Yeah.
This is my
Andrew.
second favorite.
No,
I'm
it's
like,
not.
Andrew, your
it is.
choices
It's
are
really
bizarre.
not.
It
Tell me
is.
one thing about the song you really
The
like in
chorus,
detail. What's the
way
chorus?
she
Sing
goes,
it.
Her flow. All right, I have it up. Actually.
You
Want me
like
to sing
that
it?
flow? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's give me the chorus.
Hold up. I'm not
In the
gonna
beat
sing.
that it's
I'm
in the
not
beat.
gonna
Give me the
sing.
right beat. Run.
I liked it.
If
It
a
was
man
good.
says no,
It just
no,
sounded good.
no, no, and it's R.I.P.
And then she
better.
screams, "Run!" Like I don't know, man. I
That's
thought-
true. She does do that.
It's like the title.
It's almost like that's the name of the song.
I do like in the beginning, like the first part, she says, drop words, forgot him overnight. Good thing that I'll think about that up until I die. I think that's funny. Like, that's me.
Yeah, this is
Macy,
so
yeah,
me.
the Macy personality is consistent all the way through.
No, it is like that. If he says he's real, he's not. If he makes you smile, he's blocked.
Yeah.
Like I do. See, like I like the
It's like
the concept,
the crazy shit.
but I think the production almost takes it away.
Yeah, it's just so jarring from everything we've heard that it's almost like
Going from
Yeah.
like
It is.
Wendy to that too is what
Yeah.
makes it worse.
This this track in particular reminded me a lot of kind of the weird production choices that are on God Now by Bleachers. Like
Yeah.
it reminds me of like All My Heroes with how dry it is and how there's like shit happening like in the far left, shit
Yeah.
happening in the far right. I'm not trying to get political, guys. I'm so sorry, but like, yeah,
that's for next album.
That's for the next. I didn't realize
Stay
what I
tuned.
said until I started saying it. But like, and then like there being like nothing in the middle,
Yeah.
like just but vocals, and it shifts around. It kind of reminded me of that, especially like All My Heroes.
Yeah, I gotcha. It is definitely just very, very weird decision. Like I respect it for her just taking the wheel from fucking Brad, but it's just I don't think it fits tonally on the
I wish
album.
Brad took the wheel on that one.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have 2 weeks ago. This is one of the most forgettable songs on the album.
That is so crazy because I love this
Really?
song.
I
I'm
can't even
with
remember
that.
what I was
I'm
doing
with
2 weeks
that.
ago. Like genuinely.
No,
How do
here's
you
the
even
thing.
remember what Macy's doing?
I think 2 weeks ago is what she want you back to act like, but I think
Okay.
they're very different.
Yeah, definitely in delivery because this is a lot more kind of sentimental rather than just kind
I
of
also
being
think
like.
the flow of it makes so much more sense. It's
Yeah.
not boring to me.
Okay.
I think Want You Back is really forgettable and boring, but I think 2 weeks ago has this like flow of da-na-na-na-na.
Yeah.
Like it kind of picks up and it flows properly. And I just like the lyrics. I'm a sentimental bitch though, so maybe that's why I like this song. Andrew, do you know this song?
No, this one's forgettable.
Okay. Like everything besides Run and Wendy.
I guess. Yeah,
No,
that's the
Wendy-
takeaway.
Wendy's not a top song.
Is that what
Pull
what
the
you
audio.
just said?
Oh.
We'll play a clip right now.
Check back into the
Fucking
album.
Christ.
Yeah, I just like this song because of Peter Pan.
You like this
What?
song?
Wait.
now?
I never said it was the best.
You
song.
literally said it was in your top
no
three.
way.
Well, the clip will have played by this point, family heads. So judge Andrew in the comments.
Facts. Yeah.
Anyway, Matt, what
If
did you think about
not,
2 weeks
flame 'em
ago?
up.
It's sad.
Yes.
Here's exactly what I wrote. Ready?
I love
Okay,
it.
this song is sad. I'll give you that. It is sad. Damn, this is really sad. Where were you? What were you guys doing 2 weeks ago? That was my question. Actually, that's my
Everyone go
That's the
around.
question of the week.
That's
What
my
were you
question
doing
of the
2
week.
weeks ago?
What the fuck were you guys doing
Go
2
ahead,
weeks
AJ.
ago?
What were you doing 2 weeks ago?
I was at a show with you guys.
I was on a tour.
Yeah.
I was there too.
Yeah.
Literally 2 weeks ago.
Literally 2 weeks ago.
I wish it was,
That was
2 weeks
lost.
ago.
What's today? A time of recording? It's yeah. Let's see. I think I was at a game.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That is sad, Matt.
See?
It's very
That is
sad.
so very
felt
sad.
this
I don't
song.
have a lot to say about this song at all. To be
What
honest
about
with
the
you.
game?
The game? I don't have a lot to say about that either. Because I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the nameless college that I go to lost that day.
Typical of the nameless college.
Yeah.
We gotta love
That we also
college.
attended.
No, I like 2 weeks ago. I think it's repetitive, but in not a bad way. And I think for a piano ballad, I like it more than the other ones that are more ballad.
I think also adding the acoustic guitar does add a nice little layer to it instead of just
Yeah.
piano.
Yeah.
And there's some nice strings in the very end, but I just think it's a little boring for my liking.
Here's my thing, though. Are we done talking about this song? Are we ready to move on?
Yeah. I think
Going
so.
from this song to Batshit Crazy is Batshit Crazy.
Which
it
does
feels
fit.
like purposeful
Yeah.
almost. I love Batshit Crazy.
I was kind of hoping this was going to be like the sequel to like the BFG, like that
by Roald Dahl.
like that film about the big friendly giant.
yeah, the big fucking
Were
guy.
you disappointed by that?
The big shitty cat. I don't know. I don't know.
No, this got a bar though. It definitely does. When Mr. I don't want to label made me little miss unstable.
That's a good line.
That's nice.
I'm remembering now that the first lyric is I cut my nose to save some face, you cut your hair to take some space. Like, okay,
Damn.
nose job.
Damn.
No, I think
Nose
this is
job.
oh I kept it in, but it wrecked my organs. I think is really good. I also like literally like this has so many references to people.
Yeah, like the Stephen King stuff.
I am both
And
Kathy Bates and Stephen King.
Mhm.
It's the best description of Maisie Peters.
Yeah.
Damn. You play the game, but I run the table. That's a line.
And it's just her going
Certainly
like,
is.
That's a lyric in this song.
but I'm actually
That is a
bloody
line.
motherfucking bad shit crazy.
The hook is very
That's
The
the only
bloody
one I
makes her
wrote down.
British.
exactly. You can hear the British on this album when she says bloody.
Motherfucking bad shit crazy.
I think the hook is definitely very. She is good at writing hooks. I will say.
Yeah.
They're very catchy. And I think that's kind of the best part. I don't mean this as an insult, but she does sound like kind of Melanie Martinez on this track. Like just like in the way for like delivery and kind of personality
Do you
on
not
here.
like Melanie Martinez?
I hate Melanie Martinez.
Yeah, I like Melanie Martinez. so
Because
that's
she's
just not-
ruined. AJ hates Melanie Martinez because she's raised the bar so high for other artists that
For
AJ
baby
will
music,
listen
yes.
to in the future. That's how much he loves her.
I feel like I just traumatized AJ
As a
with these
person,
albums.
as an artist.
Oh my god,
I
Matt, you
make
can't
AJ
say
listen
that.
to music.
She's a horrible person.
Yeah, she's a horrible person.
It's not me, it's you. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're batshit crazy.
AJ is the alphabet boy.
Yeah, we got AI now. We could just make him say
That's
that.
true. That's what I'm gonna.
No. It's a real clip. I swear.
AJ, let me tell you. After this episode, you're gonna need some therapy.
I agree.
That's the-
Transitions. Woo.
See, AJ, you asked me if she's mentally ill, and she's a whole song saying, I'm going
Went
back to therapy.
You made me go back to therapy.
Damn right.
This
See,
one's pretty good.
This is fun.
Yeah, I like this one.
It's different, but close enough to the singles that makes
Yeah.
it still fun. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think like the back half it is just slightly different from the sound, but it still does fit in with like everything we've heard. I like it too. I think like the hook is really fun.
This is another one where it's like a little bit forgettable, but in a way where if it comes on, I'm gonna be like, oh,
it's therapy.
But it's like, no, I'm not gonna turn it off. I'm just not gonna actively put it on.
It's a fine 12th track of the album.
Yeah, once you get to the 12, it's really, I feel like sometimes it's really hard and people get a little
Yeah.
lazy. No offense, Maisie.
Yeah, 15 is maybe a little too much for this album. I feel like there's
It
definitely
is
some
a- it
fat to
is-
trim.
It's her debut. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
wait.
It's her sophomore.
It's her sophomore.
Which I feel like maybe that's why it's more experimental because that's not really to do with
yeah.
a sophomore album.
That's true.
Her first one was more experimental in a way where it's like this girl's not know who she is. And this feels more like experimental.
She's trying to figure her
purposely.
sound, yeah.
Yes.
Anything to say about therapy, Matt?
What's your notes? I like your little notes because it's just one
Your
word
little
sometimes.
gags.
Yeah.
The song is boring. It's upbeat, but I'm not the biggest fan.
Okay. Like fair enough.
I think this is the last. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the last song I wrote notes for.
Gave up for the other two.
There is nothing else for History of Man or There It Goes.
Okay, well we can get into There It Goes because that is one of
Did
my
I
favorites.
miss a track in my notes? Holy shit, I did. I completely missed a track.
Nobody has There It
Oh, I don't have
Goes.
There It Goes.
I have
Wow.
something to say.
I was wondering what you meant when you said that Therapy was the 12th track.
Is it the 11th?
It's the 13th.
13th?
You missed a
What
track.
the fuck? Was Back in London is 14 and then History Man is 15?
Who the hell is back in London?
What the fuck? Is that what There It Goes is called?
It's the opening line There It Goes is back in London.
my God.
I'm running down Columbia Road.
Holy shit, wow.
So that's There It Goes.
Okay, I see. Holy
Andrew, wait,
shit.
what did you have to say?
I said this reminded me of my girlfriend 'cause she said something about Elsa. She dresses up as Elsa. She does. She has a whole business. She goes to people's houses.
Wait, therapy?
Sings for kids.
Where did she
I-
say Elsa in therapy?
Not in therapy. I'm talking about the
There
song
It
that you
Goes.
asked me about.
Oh,
There-
Back
Did
in
she
London.
say-
Back in London, yeah.
that's so funny. The opening line is back in London. So AJ went back in London.
Dude, I got Pavlov. Holy shit.
I love There It Goes. What do you think about your back? Where's your back in London notes?
The first thing I wrote is
Really?
Great keys during chorus sound almost like strings.
I agree.
Like how the guitars mimic the vocals after the chorus. And that's about it.
Do you not like that bridge?
I don't remember the bridge.
The bridge
Because I
was
don't
the
even remember the
whole,
song
like-
name.
It's a new home, a swan dive, a blank page, a rewrite. It's like
Okay,
that,
that one,
and the
yeah.
kick drum comes in like at the end.
You could.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I love that. I also love it. Again, I think of live versions of stuff, and like that live is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like that bridge and like the instrumentals behind it. And also, I saw it in October, and there's a line that says, "And I wake up, and it's October. The loss is yours."
That's fun.
See, I think it's a good song of healing, and it feels very healing. It feels
Yeah.
very upbeat and jumpy, but like in a way that's not too overpowering, but still like.
I feel like on its
Pleasant.
own, it could definitely work, but just at this point in the album.
It is. I will
yeah.
agree. It's a very weird place to put it. I would have
Yeah.
put it higher, honestly.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a closing, but
Yeah, definitely. Like, it doesn't really precede the. It's not a good penultimate track.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
I can
with
agree
what
with
is the
that.
final one.
I was gonna say about I was thinking, I forget if it was for There It Goes or History of Man. I thought for one of those two, but BSC, those two I feel like could have been moved up like
Yeah,
earlier in the
definitely.
album just to kind of diversify like the tonal.
I do agree. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
Batshit Crazy should have been within the first 5 tracks.
I think that honestly would have.
Honestly, it might have been a killer opener. Not gonna lie, that would have kind of fucked.
Coming from like the Good Witch into Batshit Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I see it as like top 5, like in the top 5 tracks, and I see There It Goes as more like a 7.
Okay, yeah,
That feels
fits.
like a good turning point.
Listen, they
Versus an ender.
had 2 Brads and they couldn't figure that out. Can we just talk about that for a
The
second?
Brads,
Yeah, they kind of letting us down here. Not gonna lie.
didn't
Like
do
Jesus,
The fucking
Christ.
Brad Brigade.
the Brad Brigade.
Brad Brigade. When I was
Oh!
to join the Brad
Brigade.
Andrew, you got anything else to say about There It Goes?
No, I just looked up the history of man preemptively to try to get lyrics, and I got this picture of apes. I forgot to put lyrics on them.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
Did you type in Maisie Peter?
That's so
AJ,
good.
AJ, if we ever make merch, I think we have to have that just sentence on there.
That's so fucking good.
That
I
is
got
the
the pictures of
It's
That
just
is
a
the
picture of me and
fucking
Andrew, like-
funniest thing I've ever heard in my
That's
entire
so
life.
fucking good. Oh my
Jeez,
god.
I's got pictures of apes. That is the funniest shit I've ever heard.
Fucking Christ, dude. That
Oh
was
my God.
brilliant.
No, I got the lyrics now.
Well, I guess, yeah, that's perfect segue for History of Man.
History of Man.
I think this definitely works thematically as a closer for the album, hitting on all like the themes that we talk about.
It does hit on everything.
Yeah.
And again, I think it said, what's the one? There's a really, again, she has so many lines and I don't want to misquote them because I love them so much.
Like men start wars, but Troy hates Helen.
yes.
yeah.
Women's hearts are lethal weapons.
Yeah,
was gonna
did
say,
you feel threatened when you held mine or something like that?
What's the one? There's another one. Hold on, I'm finding lyrics. Andrew, you got anything to say since you have the lyrics up now and not the apes?
Not too much, honestly.
I will say, I do remember there being like mythology references in the last track, so
Yeah.
I was like, I'm glad they at least bookended it since there's
Yeah.
supposed to be about like
Greek mythology, hypothetically, yeah.
in Minecraft.
They write.
Yeah, I think her bridges are very Taylor Swifty. That's
Yeah.
where I see that.
Definitely.
Yeah, they make one reference to the Iliad. All of a sudden, it's all about mythology.
Honestly,
Whole album.
in kind of like a weird opposite way, I feel like on the album, this song kind of works, you know, like thematically with all like of just what it's hitting on, but like as a song, I'm not huge on it. I think it's just kind of whatever.
I agree. I think it works for the project,
Yeah.
but independently, I wouldn't be like, oh, a history of.
Yeah, does it stand on
It's
its
the
own?
end. It's the end.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, honestly, it's like literally The End by the Beatles.
Yeah.
Like how you can't really
Oh,
listen to that like
I
by
found-
itself.
Separately.
Yeah.
I found the lyric that I really like. It's I save you a seat and then you say you want to stand.
Yeah.
I think speaks volumes to the female experience. And that's like one of the less. And then it goes, I save you a seat and then you say you want to stand, so you'll lose me. The best you'll ever have. It's the history of man. That's how the album ends. So I like that. I do agree.
Yeah.
But in terms of like a song, like if this was like third, I would have been like, this means nothing.
Yeah.
Still not one of my faves, but
Works for where it is. And I
Yeah.
guess that'll bring us to our final thoughts. So, Andrew, what did you think of The Good Witch by Maisie Peters?
I thought it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised. You know,
Okay.
no offense.
none taken. I'm not one of the 8 producers.
That's
No
true.
facts.
You're just a little ape.
No, but you want to hear my top 3?
Yeah, what are
I'd
your
love
favorite
to hear your
tracks?
top
Yeah.
3.
So I think number 1 is Watch, for sure.
Fair.
Honestly, then number 2 would be Run. Then number 3 is probably Body Better for me.
Ron being in there is so crazy.
Ron?
Yeah,
a
it's interesting.
banger.
Yeah.
I thought that was he.
What did you hear in Baltimore that I didn't?
Macy Peters' just witch magic
No,
just
actually-
affected him so much.
That was the first one I didn't hear in Baltimore. It was
Oh,
That's when you came out of your
why.
trance. That's
yeah,
right.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why. I see, Andrew. I see what you're doing.
Wendy was the oh shit moment. Like I need to pull up the Google Maps.
Imagine having a crisis when Wendy's the background noise.
God, that'd be the fucking
Like,
worst.
think about that. Like, you're going through something already. You're like, what is playing? And
God.
it's Wendy.
Andrew, what would you give this rating wise?
Probably say 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10? Mm-hmm. Solid enough.
Pretty solid. Dude.
Elizabeth, what did you think of The Good Witch by Macy Peters?
Well, I obviously picked it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love Maisie. I think this album's fun. And I think, again, for a sophomore album, I think it stands pretty strong. I think my top 3, which is very hard and it kind of changes daily, but I love You're Just a Boy and I'm the Kind of the Man. I love The Band and honestly, probably Batshit Crazy
That's fair.
because I relate. But I liked it. I think honestly, as an album, for what it is, I'll give it like a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. Wow.
I love it.
That's fair. All the more power to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, AJ.
Matt, what did you think?
AJ, what I thought is that this album has like a few really good highs, I would say, but a lot of it is kind of like, I don't know, just a little mid for
Yeah,
me.
I would agree.
Like the highs are really, really high. Like I'd say my top 3 songs were probably Body Better would probably be my number 1. I just think it just absolutely fucks. I'd say Lost the Breakup is probably second place, and then BSC would be third place.
Yeah.
Because those 3 were just like so like they're like anthem like. I
Yeah.
really like it a lot.
I do like the description of the highs being really high.
Yeah,
like I do agree.
they
Her
very much
strong
are.
songs are strong cohesively, like production and lyrics.
And even though I said that it was kind of mid, I feel like that has like a negative connotation. I don't know. I just the rest of it didn't stand out a lot to me.
Yeah.
Besides those songs. But I will say I do appreciate how tonally consistent it sounded throughout the entire record. Her sense of wordplay is to be very much admired. I loved a lot of the pop culture references, but I kind of just wish there were a few more creative risks maybe that maybe made the tracks stand out a little bit more. Other than that though, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. So I'd give it like a B- and then like a 6.5.
Fair enough.
Slay.
I do. Okay. My one criticism, I feel like the song, like, or not the song, this record could have ended at like Run.
Yeah, there's too many tracks on this album.
That's kind of the,
I do think there's fillers, and I don't
Yeah.
know why. Like I don't know why they wouldn't just done a 12 track.
Yeah, you don't need
Especially
15 on here.
especially knowing there was a deluxe. Like she put out
Yeah.
6 more songs. Like that's a 7. What is that? I can't do math. That's long. That's not 17.
guys,
15 plus 6?
That's
21
21 tracks.
Whoa, what's 9 plus 10, Matt?
21, AJ. But family heads, listen, if you guys are wondering why this album was 15 tracks long, you can contact one of the 8 producers at www.vanderfjord.net, actually.
Oh,
They
yes.
can't afford
.com was
.com.
taken.
Did you look up? Wait, did you look up how many writers this album had? Because I'm sure, like,
Probably on the wiki page.
That's none of my job description. Sorry.
While Elizabeth looks that up.
the producers also write on it.
Great.
Oh.
That LV.
Looks like we got to do this whole episode again, AJ.
All right, guys, wrap it up from the top.
I like seeing songs that shouldn't have like 20 people writing on it, but do. She's got average. I'm seeing
Dude,
like
if Wendy had like 6 writers, I'm going to be very upset.
Run has 3, which feels like too much. Let me see how much Wendy has. It's averaging 2 to 3, which I feel like is kind of typical.
There's 4.
There's 4, and 1 is Brad.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Nah, bro.
No way.
That's actually really Atlantic Records, UK.
You
Interesting.
know
I
those
didn't
like
know that.
albums that have like 20 writers on them? It's like, do they write like a word each? Like what happens?
Yeah, they
No,
just pass the
the
pencil
way
around.
the way writing credits
Typewriter, actually. So they lift it up from person to person.
the way writing credits work and is so crazy because I did my management internship. I did splits before, and it's so crazy that like if you're in a writing session and a song gets made, your name's going on the track.
Yeah.
That's
Nicole
insane.
Rich has a like credit on a song.
Oh, really?
She was in the room with somebody.
shit.
Isn't that
Wow.
crazy?
Damn.
You can like kind of just hear a song and be like, that sounds good or that sounds bad, and you're a
They
writer.
slap you on.
That's-
So it's like,
Sucks.
but then the way they split the money, but then the money gets split obviously
Yeah.
way different by who actually wrote it.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like who
Credit. Yeah.
like if I sat in a room with a writer and I was like, oh, that's lazy,
That's all
like
right.
that word could be changed. I'm a writer.
Damn.
Isn't that kind of crazy? So
Guys,
you
we
see
could
these
be
huge,
writers.
you see these hit songs with like 12 writers, and
Yeah.
it's like those people might just like allow people in the room with them.
Listen, guys, Miss Peters, here's the deal. If you're looking for another writer, I have a man right here named Smokestack.
Damn right.
He's
Open
going
cover.
Imagine
Yo.
like Run with a feature with Andrew.
Yes.
Or like Wendy, Andrew's like Peter Pan.
Peter Pan in the house.
That's my
started in
favorite.
Pennsylvania and ended up in Baltimore.
Shit, dude, man.
Maisie's like, what the fuck does this have to do with anything? And then she comes in like, you can take me to Neverland. See, it kind of relates, honestly.
Peter Pan, I'm a Neverland stand, not me.
So,
Oh, God.
Me and Jay
Well,
Bizzle.
Miss Maisie, we love you still, and I'll probably drag each of them to a concert of
At
yours
some point.
soon.
I give this album a C tier. It was fine for what it was. It sounds pretty good.
Yeah, what are your top 3?
Top 3.
Did we just go over that? Did I just blank?
No, I
Okay,
didn't say
good.
anything yet.
Good.
Body Better, Boy Man, and
Boy Band is such a better title. Why did you call it that?
Boy Man.
Did you say the second to last song was though?
Oh, Back in London.
That's on there.
Yeah, totally.
AJ's trying to be a writer on these songs.
Yeah, dude, it should have been called Back in London. And the last one I'd probably say Coming of Age or Watch.
Slay.
Yeah. But it's solid for what it is. Not really my thing. But I appreciate the risks, the experimental stuff taken. But I feel like the back half is a little sloppy. Miss Peters.
She's so online too. She's
I know.
chronically online.
Yeah, she'll listen to this.
And then we'll get harassed at her concerts.
I'm
No, I
excited.
love you. Don't
I
hate
want
me.
tickets.
Macy, if you hate me, I understand. But I think you're very talented.
I almost took you to
Yeah,
that concert
same.
and I wasn't supposed to be home, which I think would have been funnier to have you experience.
Oh, I could have gotten bullied, and then
Listen.
that would
Would
have
have
affected my
gotten so
opinion.
bullied at a
Yeah.
Maisie Peter show.
Listen, Miss Peters, I like going to concerts, so if you give me any tickets, I'll gladly go.
Just
Yeah,
So
then you
have
can bully
to.
us.
There was a
if
clip
that's the
on
cost.
there's a clip on her TikTok of her like there's these two men in the crowd and she's like, where did you where are you dating? And they're like, no. And she's like, well, that would have been funnier. And then she was like, do you know any of my songs? And they're like, 2 songs. And she's like, they know songs. It was so funny. She's a good sport.
I'm gonna have all the songs memorized when I go to your concert.
back in London.
And she's like, what are you saying?
I'm lifting up a letter like, take me back to Baltimore, please. Sorry.
Andrew's,
No, that's the
Andrew's
thing,
in a
though.
trance
So
to
sorry.
Wendy plays.
All
He's
right,
like,
I'm
I'm
killing
here.
the joke now. The joke is being done
No,
now.
bro,
done.
but that's the thing. If she's ever in Baltimore, you don't even have to buy tickets.
Yeah, you
put
just
on
get in
the
there for
album.
free.
You hear
That's
that?
how. That's why there isn't a Baltimore show because they make no
it's
money
too
off
powerful.
it.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps ending up there.
Yeah, I don't know why.
She
get
can't
no
sing the
revenue.
Good Witch at her concert, otherwise the whole crowd just ends
Just
up.
disappears.
It's like the Twilight Zone.
Well, that was a lot of fun talking about the Good Witch. We will talk about Dark Twisted Fantasy in a second because Andrew has to eat his little granola bar.
Yeah.
We'll be right back, family
Lunchtime.
heads.
Don't crinkle it.
All right, and we're back. Andrew enjoyed his nice little bar.
His little
Gatorade.
snacky snack.
Gatorade bar. It's like a goddamn candy bar. I swear.
You know what else
Probably
is good,
all
Andrew?
Oh, yeah.
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West.
Damn right. His best album by far.
I haven't listened to any other Kanye album, but I think I might have to because this is a
Is that your
fantastic
favorite album
album.
ever, Andrew?
No.
I believe Yeezus was
Eminem
also
exists.
produced by Daft Punk. By
Oh,
the way.
really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeezus.
that's amazing.
I think like Yeezus was produced by Daft Punk, if I'm not mistaken.
That's dope as fuck.
That's insane.
or at least partially produced.
Hell yeah.
Let me
those
look that. Let me
big
look
ass
that up.
helmet
All
boys. Yeah, he has a lot of good albums, but this is just like
On a whole other
critically
level,
acclaimed.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was 2010.
Graduation's pretty good, but like, come on now.
It's Twisted Fantasy.
I don't think
Yeah.
you could get this amount of people to work with Kanye again.
Oh, especially now. No.
No, exactly. Like this
Yeah.
was
You can't
like,
even get Adidas
you
to
had
work with Kanye, bro.
Beyonce and Nicki Minaj
And Rihanna.
and Rihanna on the
and Fergie
same
and
goddamn
Drake.
album.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, he was big.
Yeah, Daft Punk was a producer on Yeezus.
Wow.
That's insane.
Was 2010 when he took the mic from Taylor Swift and
It was
said
the
that
year after.
Yeah.
2011?
Actually, I'll get
No.
into that with my history.
Yeah.
Oh, slay.
Hit it.
Yeah,
So-
we're not talking about Yeezus. We're talking about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And AJ, what is the history?
So this album was released November. I need a flashlight.
I got it. I got it, Grandpa.
Thank you, granddaughter.
That means I'm your grandson.
I'm staying out of this entirely.
Come on, we're a family, Matt.
Come
Where
on,
do
it's
you
the
fall?
family
I'm gonna be
fucking
the
album,
I'll be the
dude.
distant uncle that lives in Colorado.
The
A strange,
alcoholic
cooler
uncle.
uncle. Oh,
Exactly.
we
I
went two
am kind
different
of an
routes.
alcoholic, but it's okay.
Anyway, this album was released November 22nd, 2010 on Def Jam and Rockefeller Records, and it is the 5th studio album by Kanye West. We already had our elephant in the room discussion about him, so we'll talk about the album more in depth. But it was recorded in Honolulu's Avex recording studio after his infamous interruption during the 2009 VMAs, and it serves as a semi-backhanded apology album for the incident where he took the microphone from Taylor Swift. And this album explores themes of explores the mind and lifestyle of the rich American celebrity, and yeah, I think it captures that very well, discussing the trials and tribulations of being in the limelight the whole time and the drawbacks that come with it.
Yeah, it just shows how insane he is. Man locked himself on an island.
Yep, he
just
did.
to hunker down on this.
And there's these things called Kanye commandments, where he posted like papers with like written rules about what you could and couldn't do,
Oh my
like
God.
no Twitter and no pictures when you were in the studio.
That's, I mean, there's got to be something. Like, there's got, besides the mental, like, I mean, you know, he's messed up there, but there's some genius to that. There has to be.
That's his catchphrase, is what he says. I don't believe it now,
I
but
do think it's kind of interesting that this album's supposed to reflect fame, and he brought like the biggest celebrities of the
Yeah.
time period.
because
onto it.
essentially it's talking about just like all like the just mental issues and insecurities that come with being a celebrity, while also dealing with all the backlash he got from the VMAs incident. So and he was essentially trying to prove himself, like get him back in like good graces in the public eye.
It was also after 808s and Heartbreaks, which
was.
is like super controversial. Like people will either die on the hill for that album or they'll just,
Say it's
write it
like
off.
one of like the lessers.
I don't think it's great.
But I think this album is fucking phenomenal. So shall we dive right in?
Let's go.
Hell yeah! Starting
the meme
off,
song.
what?
The meme song.
The meme song, starting off strong with Dark Fantasy. I think it's a phenomenal opener.
Oh yeah. See, I will say this though. Kanye does this thing. He does this a lot with songs where he'll repeat a section much longer than it has to be repeated.
That
he did
is
it on
true.
Ghost Town. Like,
That was
Yeah.
my biggest takeaway from this album. I feel like it could have been a little shorter.
well, not even that. Just like on the
On
song,
this
where
track,
he'll just
there's a fake out ending, yeah, and then it just starts back up again.
But oh my god, it's so iconic. Like,
Yeah, the vocals
can we get much higher?
so
Like-
high. The fucking One Piece meme, I love it so fucking much. But the production on this album is fucking spectacular. Like the samples, the beats, the instrumentation, just the way it sounds is so rich and like lush, which really fits for the theme. It is also just a pleasure to listen to.
And you know what I just realized, which I didn't know before? I thought the beginning was like a storybook, like some like random.
Yeah.
It's Nicki
It's Nicki.
Minaj. It's Nicki.
So she's
You didn't recognize Nicki Minaj?
No, I didn't know her little like fancy princess voice that she put on. Like,
Fancy princess voice is
it
crazy.
it had like an accent. It was crazy.
she was doing like a posh thing.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Anyway,
Matt, what'd you think of Dark Fantasy?
It is a pretty strong opener. I like the chorus a lot.
It's great.
The only thing is though, and you're gonna probably be like, "What the fuck?" when I tell you this, AJ. There are parts of this album that really took me away from it upon the few other listens because it reminded me a little bit of Some Nights' production
Really?
in some areas. Yeah,
That's crazy.
specifically with a lot of the auto-tune shit.
Okay. I can kind of see that, I guess.
I don't know why.
I didn't like that either.
I don't know
Like,
why
it
I
takes
wrote
away.
it. Because is there any auto-tune on this one?
I don't think so.
'Cause
Wait,
I
no,
don't-
at the morning was a seance. 2 kids, no parents. After that.
Oh yeah,
Remember that?
that's the other thing. Parents. Okay, that's okay.
yeah, bro.
We call that a slant rhyme, Matt.
He's doing his best.
There was like I was like, oh gosh, okay, cool. The song's over at 4 minutes.
Yeah, that
And
just
then I was
comes
like,
back.
oh, okay, cool.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I think it's funny. I love the hook of the song, so I don't personally mind it, but like I can definitely understand it doesn't need to be there.
It's a good opener. I just feel like it meanders a little, like
That's fair.
toward the end. But with a minute left, who cares? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
And when the beat hits too, like when
Yeah,
the
when everything
actual
comes
beat
in.
is, it's too heat.
with those little fucking twinkly keys,
Bum,
baby.
bum, 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 bum.
Also, I just got to shout out this line: "So much head, I woke up in Sleepy Hollow." Dude, Kanye's bars are so fucking good on this album.
he's one of the best lyricists of all time.
God damn, they're phenomenal. I have a bunch to shout out, but we got a lot to go through.
we do.
Next up, we have Gorgeous. I think this is another banger track. I love the riff on this one.
I liked it, but just compared to the others, I don't think it has any footholds, man.
I feel the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
Like it's good. It's a solid track,
Mm-hmm.
and like I liked his like little auto tune experimental thing he did.
Like
with,
the distortion on the voice, yeah.
that was pretty sick. But like I don't know, man. It's funny that Kid Cudi's on this, bro, because Kid Cudi just did his last song with Kanye ever because he, he hates him now, obviously. And there was one song they recorded before the whole, Nazi stuff, and it was on Pusha T's album. And he was like, I love my man Pusha T, so like I'm gonna let him release that, but after that, never again. I was like, all right.
I mean, Kid Cudi does very well on the song. I just on this album in general. But I just love the fucking riff on here. The guitars are so crunchy. And they sound so debaucherous.
Oh, bro.
Crunchy is a really good word for
Yeah,
that.
crunchy is a very, very good word, and the guitar is definitely one of the high points of this track. For
Definitely on
me.
the album, this whole album
That's
too.
what I was
Oh yeah,
about to
later down the
say,
line,
yeah.
there's one that just absolutely fucking rips.
Yeah, man.
I think I know which one you talk about. That's my boy. That's my favorite song.
I do have a question.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know he mentions South Park in this. Is this before or after South Park made the joke? Or
This
did
is
South
after.
Park did South Park make the joke first and then
South Park made the joke first, and this is his like response to it.
Oh, I forgot.
That's
I
fucking
heard
funny as
about
shit.
Yeah, choke a South Park writer with a fish stick.
that's funny as
that.
shit, man.
Wait. Which one was it? This song that he references it?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
What's the line? Does anyone
Choke a
know
South
that?
Park writer with a fish stick. Yeah.
Oh,
Do you know the South Park joke that's
I
like,
remember hearing something about it, but I didn't remember.
Do you like
what
fish
it was
sticks?
Andrew's never in
I
his
don't
life had
like
a fish
fish.
stick.
Do you like putting fish sticks in your mouth?
called. Is that what South
Answer the
Park
question.
did?
Then you're a gay fish. That's the joke.
No.
Never heard that?
I
Damn.
think I remember hearing something about the South Park reference, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's the joke. The bit of the episode that joke centers around that Kanye just doesn't understand the punchline.
I really like, speaking of the lyrics, not to whole ass interrupt you, my
No, please
apologies.
go.
But like, this week has been a bad massage. I need a happy ending.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that's
funny.
I just read the lyrics because the same people that tried to blackball me forgot about two things:
My
my black
black balls.
balls. Like that is
Such
so
a
funny.
banger. Yeah. Dude, he's just insane on this album. Like, he just goes off, and I love it.
I think we just all like crazy people.
Exactly. Yeah.
It does in a way. I do. Andrew was saying this earlier, but I think it does in a way make good art. I'm not validating Kanye West. I hate
No.
Kanye West as a person.
We're separating this album as a whole.
Yes, we're
is
separating
good.
that.
Yeah.
2010 is locked in a
Yes.
different box.
2010 Kanye was very good.
Yes.
I miss the old Kanye.
Straight from the go.
Oh yeah, he
Anything else?
definitely made some art though. Like
Yeah.
crazy, sucks. He's crazy, but like look at what he did. Mm-hmm. Look at what he got out of it.
We can at least appreciate the album for what it is and not the
That's
man.
just music.
Yeah.
Um,
All right. Then we move on to the big single. We got Power.
Yo,
I got fucking nostalgic memories from playing Saints Row 3 back in this song.
do you know how long this song took?
No.
5,000 hours.
Really?
5,000.
I want someone to break that down in
hours.
days.
Jesus.
How many? Hold on. I'm gonna do something.
That's a good
Our quick
point.
math, yeah.
Man,
Like,
it wasn't just him.
I think
no,
Andrew's
obviously,
found a
but-
number and ran with it. That's what I'm a little afraid
I'm
of.
serious?
That's a certified
look it up.
fact.
Andrew, that's 208 days around, maybe 209 to be safe.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was, you can definitely hear it because it's quality fucking stuff, man. We got the King Crimson
many
sample
people-
in there, the
I need to find how
21st
many
century
people are on
schizoid
it.
man. Fucking love that as a prog nerd.
You know what's fun? This is gonna sound weird as shit, but I was doing a plank this morning. And I put this song on. I do a plank before I get in the shower on my bathroom floor mat, and I always have a song on because it's like I need that extra.
Gives you
bump.
strength, yeah.
bro. I blare once I get to the 2-minute mark. I'm like, I have
my God.
to. I need it, bro.
This has even more writers.
Then Monster.
How many?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 writers.
15 writers. I believe it.
That's insane. Well,
15 writers and
They
4
needed that.
producers and 208 days of hard work. And we got this song.
And it fucking pays off
It
because this song's a
does. That's
banger.
the thing.
Wasn't
fantastic.
this the most popular?
Yes,
would
it
you
was
say?
the lead single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I'd say that or Runaway.
All the lights too. Oh,
All the Lights is also a banger. But we'll get there when we get
we
there.
will because this song.
Yeah,
I
just
love
jumping
the drum
gun.
beat on this song so much.
Just the change ups too. Like halfway through a song when they have the synth going.
Yeah,
like crazy.
and then it's just piano for a little bit.
Yeah.
I love
And this will be a beautiful death.
jumping out the window. Man's jumping out the window. Hope he.
Hopefully I had a safe landing.
No effects. I mean, how high do they build those homes on islands? Though? Like, let's be real.
You think it was like an actual like a stranded desert island that they were
I
on?
thought that he actually hunkered down.
No, it was like
I
a
don't-
studio in
Yeah,
Hawaii
yeah,
they went to.
everyone-
Yeah.
Hunkered
Everyone
down.
come in. He flew them all in.
The fucking amount of people they got on this album is crazy, and like the wide
That's
range
what
they
I'm
have.
saying.
Yeah,
Like, it's literally every celebrity in that era
that was like
was
relevant.
big.
Mhm.
This
And
song-
Elton John.
Who is always relevant.
Exactly.
That's true.
Forever
Just ask Dua
relevant.
Lipa.
It's just crazy.
Jesus.
It's just crazy how this is like, it just kind of showed that Kanye's him, bro. Like when
Yeah.
it comes to this stuff, because this is a single, like this is just shows.
This was the thing to promote the album.
This
The
is what
first
he-
thing. The first thing dropped.
He
and-
put the work in.
Yeah, and like he was trying to get back in the good graces, and I would have fucking accepted him at this time for stealing the mic from Taylor Swift. I don't know about now.
AJ's 11. AJ's literally
Yeah,
11.
dude.
Like, yeah, fuck it.
I was,
Take
playing,
the mic.
I was playing Saints Row 3. I was like, Kanye's cool.
Do you know why he took the mic?
So,
Except for Beyonce.
Yeah, for Beyonce.
Yeah.
yeah, he took the
I'll
mic.
let you
because
finish.
Yeah, I'm gonna
He
let
stormed
you
the
finish.
stage and just was like, Beyonce deserved this. And Beyonce's
She's
like, no.
I'm not gonna lie, Beyonce's video was like way better than yours. But anyway, accept your award. Like
Anyway, I'm happy for you.
I just love that Kanye stormed the stage and it looked like a crazed fan.
I know.
Like security was kind of like, oh, that's
what do
Kanye
we do?
West.
It scarred Taylor for life though, because like
Yeah.
she wrote about it later on.
Yeah, she wrote wasn't it Innocent?
I made
Yeah.
that bitch famous.
Because we did guys, tune into our
That's a good
one of our
song.
other guest episodes with
Did
our
you
good
do Speak
friend
Now?
Amanda. What?
We did Folklore and Evermore.
Sorry.
I was asking the Taylor album.
Yeah, Folklore and Evermore. Me and AJ reviewed that album with our good friend Amanda Cunningham.
Yeah. It
Check that out.
was a lot of fun.
Slay.
Yo, he had another Grammy like
Meltdown.
iconic moment. No, not even a meltdown. This was like a crazy speech. He said all this stuff like, I wonder if like this never happened. And then he's like, I guess we'll never know. And then he raises up the Oscar and people went insane. Bro. The clip's so
See, I kind of
funny.
do love, like, I think everyone tries to emulate that Kanye Taylor
Yeah.
moment. And it's just something that can never be
No, that was like
done
a
again.
moment in time that was just solidified.
That was Kanye being Kanye.
Yep.
Because I
That's
think
wild.
what just happened with like Will Smith
And
and
Chris
Oh, yeah,
Rock.
with the
that
slap.
felt so staged.
That was
The
like
Kanye
2
thing
years
was,
ago.
I know.
Can we talk about that
That
for a
was
second?
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Pretty
No, it
much.
wasn't.
Pretty much, yeah.
Was it 22 or 21?
Oh my God,
believe it
you're
was 20.
lying.
No, I made a beat
21.
off of that.
You made a beat off of
Hey,
that?
can I play it into this mic? It won't sound weird.
We referenced it in your episode.
You could send me, yeah.
Because you
yeah,
talked
Did
yeah.
I
about,
say that?
No,
Did I say I made
it
a
wasn't.
beat?
It wasn't the beat. You referenced. You saw like a TikTok or something where it was like
Keep
someone-
my wife's name out your
Keep
fucking mouth.
No, it's keep fucking
In my wife's mouth. Yeah,
and
I
I made a
remember
beat. That's what I did. Hold on.
Andrew, send me the beat. I'll put
Andrew,
it
you
in
cannot-
the episode.
In post. In
Andrew wants
post.
to hold
in
his
post.
phone up to a microphone and have the grainy audio
Exactly.
crackle and peak.
We're going to listen to it right now.
Keep fucking my wife's mouth!
I'm going to. Okay? 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 Okay?
Fucking mouth!
Wow, that was fucking epic, guys. Hope you guys enjoy the little Andrew smokestack
Smokestacks
beat.
coming soon.
Yeah, up and comer smokestacks. Anyway, anything else about Power? Shall we move on?
It's a banger.
Love it. Next up, we have All the Lights Interlude.
I thought this was
I love
so
an interlude,
Yeah.
honestly. I'm
was
such an
sweet.
interlude girl.
The violin just complements the piano like so well.
I know, it's
I
brilliant.
also love a violin in almost anything.
Any string
I think you
section
can't
just
go wrong.
fucks.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are no pizzicato strings, so I guess I'll
Talk some
fucking stay
points.
silent.
You got
with
against
this album.
pizzicato? Not a fan?
No, that's his thing.
No, that's
Oh,
my
that's
thing.
your thing.
He loves
I was gonna say I
pizzicato.
fucking
My
love.
defining character
That's
trait.
exactly. That's the whole reason AJ hired me. Actually,
Exactly. I'm very specific about my string preferences.
enthusiast.
Anyway, I think this is a nice little interlude. It definitely serves its purpose well, introducing us to the main song. But there's really not a lot to talk about because the main song's pretty fucking good.
I love Rihanna.
And it's better than Ken Knuff on Eminem's album.
Okay, let's not get carried away. That man defines our podcast.
Spitting some crazy.
Interludes. No, the Eminem
I was not
interludes.
expecting to hear about Ken Kniff.
We haven't mentioned him in a while. Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah.
On to the main song.
All the lights.
Forget that man. Rihanna's in the
Rihanna's
house.
Exactly.
The song, the song goes so hard.
The horn section, my fucking
Yeah.
god.
Rihanna
Just
really
off the grid.
owned that era. Like
Yeah.
20,
Yeah,
probably
dude.
2009 to like
the late
2014 was like her era.
Guys, I'm just gonna ask you guys to humor me real fast, right? So tag yourself. Are you fast life, drug life, thug life, or rock life?
I think Andrew's definitely.
No, don't say it.
Not anymore.
Change
I think I'm rock life.
Oh damn. Okay, I'll be fast life.
Oh, you meant for each? Oh, we have to give
Yeah,
each
it's
of us.
like
Okay,
it's like
hold on.
FMK.
I'll be fat.
Oh,
Damn, I guess I go fuck
This man's
myself.
gonna get hit by a
Jeez.
piano when he walks out.
So what's left? Thug life and drug
actually,
life.
Matt should be rock life. I'll be fast life.
All right, Andrew.
Don't
Thug life
say
or drug
that.
life?
I don't
Andrew
think
should be
anyone
drug
should
life,
be
you're
fast
thug life.
life, bro. Fast life just means you're gonna die soon.
Fast life, I meant like a
Oh, then that's
fast
me.
paced life.
But that's me.
That's like, oh, sorry, that one's me.
Guys, tag yourself. What are you?
Leave it in the comments.
Anyway, this song fucking rules.
It's
this
very
song-
good.
Gives me massive like football game vibes. I don't know why. I
But
can
then
I can look
Fergie comes in on
yeah,
this
dude.
too.
Fergie, Drake, and Driana are in that last verse.
What the fuck is Driana?
Driana.
Is that an actual person?
No, Drake, Rihanna, and Fergie. I got confused. I fumbled my words.
I thought you were trying to merge all three names together.
got
You forgot.
Rihanna.
Driangi.
Yeah, that's crazy that Drake's in this.
Sorry.
He has
After
one
all
fucking
their-
line.
After all
that's
their
it.
beef, too.
It just has one line.
Well, this is
Going all the
before.
way this time.
And he kills it.
Exactly.
This is why he's top
Imagine
artist.
those three people. Like, isn't the funny thing about like where was this?
It's
recorded?
Honolulu.
Okay, so like Hawaii, right? You're standing in a recording booth, a really tiny recording booth, and in the same booth is Rihanna, Drake, and Fergie. That
The
sounds like a
biggest
bad
fucking
joke.
names. Yeah, FMK.
Three people walk
Yeah.
into a bar.
What a crossover.
What do they
Like, imagine-
talk about when
Yeah,
they're
what
not
did they
in there?
talk
You know what I mean?
about?
Like,
Well, probably nothing because the Kanye commandments are probably no talking in the studio.
I just mixed up who beat up Rihanna, and it's not Drake.
Oh.
At first, I thought it was him, and I was
No,
like, "That's
it's
crazy."
Chris Brown.
It was Chris Brown.
It's a different
Piece of
artist.
shit.
It's a different big
Yeah.
artist.
So sorry, I mixed up the big
I missed on my abusers.
my abusers. Has Drake done anything bad?
What did he have allegations
groomed
of
Millie,
horse-
the
He
girl from
wrote-
Stranger
Yeah,
Things.
yeah.
Oh,
He
he has all
also-
those parties,
Yeah.
right?
he also wrote
Yeah.
Locations.
Yeah.
Which I think was pretty bad.
Is
that?
Drake the one that put the hot sauce in the condom?
What? Who did that?
That sounds like a great
No, I think
idea.
it's Drake. I think people
I was
like
not
girls
going
he'd
there.
sleep with. He
What if we-
literally they tried to take the condom out of the trash and get themselves pregnant. So he put hot sauce in the
God.
condoms, and some girls got like really hurt.
Holy shit.
Like
Jesus
their fault
Christ.
though.
Yeah, that is true. That is
You
a little
deserve
on
that one,
them.
bestie.
That's
Anyway, Drake
crazy.
did not hurt Rihanna from what I know. I mixed up.
At least
people.
not like that.
Like what if Fergie and Rihanna and Drake? Like what is the conversation?
Oh, God.
I don't really know. I couldn't really imagine besides, wow, All the Lights is a pretty good song, right?
They're like,
I
yeah.
agree.
They're like, is it weird that we can't speak? Is it weird that we can't take pictures?
Yeah.
Why can't we post Twitter?
Kanye's just like
Did
at
you
the
read the
window.
Kanye rules?
He's just like looking at like,
Oh God, the breathing. He's like,
yeah. Just like,
Sweat in a Hawaiian shirt.
again.
again.
And then Kid Cudi's.
I'm a
on there.
genius.
It's like 217 days of them just
Yeah.
doing that.
Kanye, it's just one verse. That's some Steely Dan shit. Holy shit. Whoa.
And then
had 2
Alicia
days
Keys
in
and
there.
Elton John.
Yeah, they
on the
close out,
outro.
dude, and they fucking kill everyone on this fucking album. Kills it.
It's
Oh, yeah.
wild.
It's
Yeah.
insane. And it's honestly like Kanye. He's just an amazing.
Do you think they all took a
producer.
private jet together out to Hawaii? I know that's not the
Oh, it was
main
like a field
focus,
trip.
but it's such like a thought of like those people in the room together is so crazy.
Maybe they had like permission slips to go to Honolulu.
Did they get signed? Like,
Yeah.
Elton
by
John
Kanye.
goes
Wait,
home and
what
gets his
classmates?
sign.
I'm just imagining like all these other classmates that didn't get permission slips to go on the Honolulu
Oh, who
field
was
trip.
big at that time? The Black Eyed Peas. Fergie's
They
there.
took Fergie.
Fergie was
Black
the
Eyed
only
Peas.
one.
It's
who-
the other Black Eyed Peas.
Let's be
were
real.
invited.
Fergie was the Black Eyed Peas.
That is true. Because look at them now.
Think of that Super Bowl performance. Who do you think about? You think about Fergie.
Yeah. And now they're just doing
We
shit
can
like
forget
double
her
Bs.
recently, but in that time, Fergie.
Yeah, in 2010. I don't know who else would be there.
I don't know who else. Taylor Swift.
What a
That'd be a the
She wasn't
sloppy
invited.
session.
She switched classes.
She
Wait,
transferred.
wait. I think there was a thing that she talked about in one of her documentaries where like, for what's that? I made that bitch famous.
Yeah, it's off Life of Pablo. I, don't
think-
remember what it's called
I
though.
think she
called
called.
Famous.
He
Called
called
Famous.
her and was like, "I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this song, and it's just gonna happen." And she was like, "Well, thanks for not a choice, but like, great." And then he asked her to be on it, I think, and she was like, "I'm not being on it." He's like, "Come on, it's 2010. Let me go to Hawaii. We can forget about
It's
that."
water under the bridge.
Come on, man. It's just
twisted
gonna
under the
happen.
fantasy.
just me diss tracking your
But
entire
imagine
career.
that'd
Yeah.
be kind of crazy, though. Like I understand the morality of why she did
It
it, but
was
from
right
a
before
marketing
Reputation.
standpoint, that
Yeah.
would have got a lot of.
A
Traction.
lot of buzz.
See, he's crazy.
He probably would have sold more STEM players if he did that.
Donda to Donda.
Donda to Donda. Oh my god. On that note, shall we
Shall-
keep going?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks on the album. We got Monster.
This is my favorite too.
I have a whole fucking page of notes. I fucking love this track.
Okay, can I just call out my favorite line of the entire thing?
Let's hear it.
Gobble and Ghoul.
No.
That's mine.
I'll put the pussycat in a sarcophagus. Now she claims that I bruised her esophagus.
Yeah. Never slept with the pharaoh. Put that pussy in a sarcophagus. Oh, so
It's
many
not
good
a pussycat.
fucking lines.
It
Jesus,
auto-corrected to pussycat. It put the pussycat in a sarcophagus.
Yeah, that's a Tom Jones feature, actually.
Dude, he got a permission slip too? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Everyone was
man.
on this album. It was like the Smash Ultimate of albums.
Bro, I don't know why, but I can't stop thinking about that video you showed us on the
Oh,
break
yeah, I did.
of Jay-Z.
I just showed them one of my favorite videos of all time, Jay-Z's Monsterverse, but it's just him listing monsters. It's so fucking funny. The Babadook.
Skeletons, demon from Black
Pumpkin Man. Cthulhu.
Leprechauns.
Leprechaun. Gold Man.
And he's on beat too.
But I think everyone on this track, like all their verses go so fucking hard.
Please.
Of course,
Especially Nikki.
Nikki steals the show.
Nikki's the line to Sarah to me is the hairdresser from Milan. That's a monster do. Monster to Sheppy heel. That's a monster
Monster do.
shoe. That is so funny.
She's great. Pink wig, thick ass, give him whiplash.
Yeah.
Iconic.
Bars.
This was Nikki. This was the start of Nikki's like really good era.
Yeah.
Like this was probably right before Super Bass came out.
I think it
She was a
after.
rookie. This was
Yeah,
like one of
yeah.
her first, because she
'Cause-
says it.
Wait, I'm the rookie.
I'm pretty
50K
sure this
for a
was
verse.
year after.
10 times your pay
No, but bro, I'm not gonna lie. The intro's my favorite.
with Bon Iver.
And what? Well,
Bon Iver
I think like
slays.
Rick,
I know the crunchy just like filter that's
That's
on
a
there.
good word across this
then
album. It's
It's
just
very crunchy.
and
Yeah.
Rick Ross saying, "Bitch,
I'm a monster.
no good bloodsucker,
Fat
motherfucker."
You
No,
know you're in trouble. I wish he had a longer verse. That's like my only
I
criticism.
don't know. I think that was perfect.
It's a good intro, but I'd
Fat
like,
mother,fucker. Like,
where do you go from there?
I kind of like
It's
the
true.
placement of the verses, though. I feel like it makes sense
It
the order
flows
they
very
go in. Like
well.
it
It
flows
does.
really well.
Yeah.
I like Nikki as a closer.
The chorus is catchy as fuck. I love it. It's
Everybody
so good.
knows I'm a motherfucking
Fucking monster.
I'm gonna see your hands at the concert. Yeah, this is a classic. I feel like everyone's heard and loved this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And again, like
beats.
I don't like Kanye West, but I know every word to this song.
It's a bad dude. Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, Zombie with no conscience. My favorite lyric on this whole album.
It's pretty good.
Jay-Z's gotten some shit for this verse. He's definitely the weakest part, but I still think
I
it's
didn't think he was-
good.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that he was terrible. Like I didn't think he.
I
deserved
think
all
just
that
compared to
hate.
the other people,
Yeah,
is
it's
where
just
the
kinda
criticism
weak.
comes in.
Yeah.
I think if it was just Jay-Z, everyone would like slay.
Yeah.
But then Nikki comes in and everyone's
And
like,
just,
oh.
never mind.
Yeah.
Even like
Nikki
her
washes
tone,
him.
like that's what a motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, she goes between like two voices.
Yeah, she switches between the tonality of
She
stuff.
has like a vibrato or whatever as she's like rapping at some of the
Yeah.
parts.
And they just let her go. They literally
They
just
do.
let her run with it.
I imagine
Like,
Nicki
you
Minaj
got
doing
it.
that, like really like strained, like some of
Yeah.
that, like her face red, just like worked up, like singing that. You know what I mean?
I watched the music video, and they do this thing where it's like there's like dominatrix Nikki and like innocent Nikki, and like dominatrix has her like tied up in a chair, and when it goes between voices, it switches between like the
Oh,
two
that's
perspectives.
cool.
It's really cool.
Do you know Nicki Minaj like head tilt she does, where she's like da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da, like she does that in so much of her music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
she
couldn't sing that
emphasize-
without doing
Yeah,
that though.
that
Like
Sounded
it's
like Morse
necessary.
code.
What was Elizabeth saying? SOS.
I do,
Yeah, someone
however,
help me.
I do think. Actually, do you have anything else on this song?
Andrew's ready to move on. Andrew said Monster is
Well,
not.
All right, we're done with Monster.
I was gonna say this anyway. I think that Jay-Z has a much
Agreed.
better verse on the next
100%.
song. A much better verse.
Well, shall I move on then?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have "So Appalled." I will say of like this lineup of tracks, it's probably my least favorite.
Yep.
But
Would you say that
still
it's
solid.
fucking ridiculous?
It is fucking ridiculous.
It's still
31
solid.
bitches, fucking ridiculous.
Andrew's getting so offended.
No, I think it's still solid, but I
Yeah,
agree. I agree.
there's no
Yeah.
bad song on this album,
That is straight
No.
facts. That is straight facts, bro. This is.
but it's just not a favorite of mine.
This track is goofy as fuck.
Yeah,
But I like it.
yeah.
I like the beat.
That's fine.
I
All
don't
the
know.
delivery is very silly.
They really put the chord
I
to
just
good
think Pusha
use. You know what I
T is
mean?
kinda
This little
silly.
synth.
No, I liked Pusha T.
No, I think him as a person's kind of silly.
No, he is the opposite. Of
Pusha
silly.
T gives me silly goose vibes.
You know what I mean? Have you ever seen him, like how he moves live?
No.
He's just kind of silly.
About cocaine
His
dealing,
verses-
slinging
It's
all the
nothing
time.
against Pusha T, I just
he's
think
kinda
he just
silly.
moves
Silly
kind of
guy.
silly.
Silly, you know, yeah.
Yeah.
I get wacky.
But his
vibes.
verse is not silly. His verse fucking rules on this track.
Yeah, it does.
Same thing with Jay-Z. Jay-Z is miles better than his Monster verse, but goddamn.
That's about all I have to say about this.
I do like kind of like how like sour and like dour this like beat kind of is. This instrumental. It's a
That's
lot
what I said.
more.
That's what I like about
It-
it.
He's so good at putting, like, personifying how things sound. Like,
Sour,
really.
dour.
Like
What are you gonna do with all that
Rodrigo.
power?
No one man should have it, man.
We've been doing this for over an hour.
yeah.
Probably
Who's gonna fly him out to Hawaii with all the celebrities and redo this album? Because
Who
he's
will
going.
survive in America?
I don't want to be anywhere near Fergie, but it's okay. I'd prefer to not be anywhere
Yeah,
near
Rick
Fergie.
Ross kind of scares me after the fat motherfucker line.
I feel like it's just how he talks. You know what I mean? Just like
Hello, my name is Rick Ross.
fat motherfucker. And he's just like
Who's in trouble?
he's just like help. And like you know like I just
He just like drags you in the studio. And like,
you're like clawing the carpet trying to get out of there.
He's a monster.
Everybody put your fucking hands up the constant.
So good, bro.
Well, I think it's time to move on to one of the best tracks on the album.
My personal favorite.
Devil in a
by
New
far.
Dress. How this track sounds is insane. It's
indescribable.
it's brilliant.
It's the instrumental, bro.
I would describe the beat as captivating. Yeah. Like, goddamn, everything just sounds so smooth, but there's just like this hint of like sinister. Goddamn, it's immaculate how like well this album is.
Oh my, bro. And just all their verses too. Like, this is probably my favorite feature on the album.
Yeah.
Rick Ross.
He goes off on this one.
Eating, bro, for no reason.
Is there a part in the song that says like haven't said a word to me this evening?
Yeah. I was like, what?
Because I wrote that with no quotation marks. So I was like, what the fuck does this mean? Okay.
Matt can't even decipher his own notes.
No, I can't. This happened
it's tough.
on your episode, I'm pretty sure, Elizabeth, too, where I just straight up
It
was like,
happens.
It's a common theme.
it's just every single time my notes will just become incoherent whenever you visit.
I bring the chaos, that's why.
Can we talk about the fucking guitar solo?
Nah,
Insane.
at the end,
It's the
dude,
best part.
it's wild.
It's the best part.
Actually crazy. And I love just like the build up to it as well. When it's like starts out like nice and clean with the pianos, then it comes in fast with the beat, the bum bum ba da dun dun dun.
There's a music breakdown in this track that's just absolutely like
It's so luscious, man. God damn.
Have you
good
guys
word.
ever heard Tokyo Drifting by Glass Animals, I think they're called?
No, the Heat Waves guys.
That is the Heat Waves guys.
It has a very similar like mid-song instrument breakdown where it just changes.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, sorry. Yo, hello.
There you go.
Anyway, they got a very similar like musical breakdown where it just like goes like off, just mid, like it just stops, and then all of a sudden it starts building up again, and you're like, what is happening? And that's what this song gave me.
Yeah. It's like
goosebumps.
such good tension.
Oh, yeah.
And then when it's released, it's so fucking worth it.
You know, my first time I heard this, I remember it vividly. I was in the backseat of my friend's car with speakers around me, blazed out of my mind. And I just hear the guitar coming
Yeah.
I was like, what is
Bro got sent.
I did. I got sent. And I think that's why it just hits home, man.
All the samples and just instrumentation on this album is intoxicating. I love it.
Had ciphers with Yeezy before his mouth wired. Like,
Yeah.
you know that one song that he has where he has a wired mouth? Oh, it's called Through the Wire. It's on his debut album.
Okay.
And he got, I don't know what happened, some accident or something where he got his fucked up jaw. Like something happened, he got really injured, and he had a whole like gadget, like I don't even know what it's called, but like whatever you use to wire your mouth.
Braces.
I'm so sorry, but just
A
like
gadget.
go gadget,
Braces.
like an orthodontist, just like all right, I'm gonna give you.
gadget.
I want to give you a little gadget to put on your teeth. It's $1,000, but it's just a little gadget. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey, it's cool.
A good
that
selling
way.
point,
I don't know-
actually.
I don't know how to describe it. Some fucking big ass contraption, bro. And he literally made a song and he raps through the wire,
Oh, shit.
through his wired mouth,
Damn.
and that's why he said that. I was like, oh,
that's crazy.
I know. He's a G, bro.
Well,
for that one- except for that one time.
Yeah, let's talk past tense, my
Except
brother.
for that one time that's been happening.
There were a lot of
for
those
over
one
a
times.
year.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, Jonah Hill, 21 Jump Street.
Also not a person. Also not a person that we want to praise in this podcast.
No, we do not.
whatsoever.
We do not support. No. Anything else?
Let's run away from this to the Pusha T track.
Fuck yeah. Runaway.
My silly
Guys,
guy.
this is my favorite track on the entire record.
Understandable, man.
Yeah, I get
It's
that.
iconic.
This is
get
my
that.
favorite track on the entire record. It
Yeah.
like sent me somewhere when I was listening to
Yeah.
this.
It's
You had an Andrew
otherworldly.
moment where you transported
Yeah,
somewhere.
to
I didn't go to Baltimore.
No, I don't know why you would.
But
I'm just glad I didn't make the joke this time, to be honest with you. Because I'd been the person making it for like the last 6 times.
You're just a big fan
It's
of
so
Baltimore.
fun.
I do love Baltimore. I do.
Ravens, bro.
I do love Baltimore. Some of the best food I've ever had in that city. But like, yes, AJ, you're gonna say
I was
something.
gonna say, why do you love this track so much, Matt?
It's just like I don't even know. It's unlike anything on this entire record. Like this is the
It's
first.
like cinematic, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It's also retrending on TikTok.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't know. what-
Interesting time.
I don't know.
for
Yeah, I was
that,
about to
yeah.
That
say.
is really interesting.
yeah.
I don't know what that says about me either.
Well, do
that
you
I'm
think it's
finding all the
do you think it's
videos.
because Pusha T's doing a lot recently? He's been touring a lot. He's kind
Perhaps.
of making a comeback. Maybe
It's
he's
also
playing
kind
it.
of an iconic piano. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. I still don't know when it starts. I still have no idea because it's like, you know, he does like 20 million piano keys.
It always
And
catches you off guard.
And then it changes.
It's
and I'm
not like it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
It just it's like 1,
It's
2,
just
3,
one
4,
note.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it starts.
Yeah.
Like it's weird.
I still, every time I'm there, I'm just waiting for the change. And I'm like, oh,
There it is.
There it is.
It should be a game. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Whoever is the closest.
Who knows?
But then you have the fucking build up to when the beat comes right in after those isolated
dude.
keys. Oh, and the beat just sounds just heavy, like otherworldly.
Oh,
the only way I can describe this track is just right on the money. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Everything
just
about it's just perfect.
literally, like from the production to the instrumentation to
the
just
lyrics.
the nuance to the lyrics. Yeah. Like, oh my God. I just,
Here's a toast to the douchebags, to the assholes.
yeah.
no, yeah. Like,
Chorus is
it just,
crazy.
it really, compared to everything else on this record for me, even though everything else is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
For the most part, this track just like really made me stop in my tracks
Yeah.
and just like take a second. I don't know what it was about it.
There's like a sense of like vulnerableness in this
Yes.
track where like I think it's like it really dives into like his psyche about like how he's perceived and how he's insecure about it, and like the music definitely reflects that.
And there's also this whole motif where like it's all these people criticizing him, right?
Yeah.
But he's just kind of rattling off in this sort of like stream of consciousness,
Yep.
sort of like
Delivery.
fuck you.
Yeah.
He's like fronting all this confidence
He's like,
and
I'm
stuff
sorry
like that.
that you feel this way, but this is the way I am. I'm not going to change.
But it's to the sad instrumental that really just kind of shows that it's must be hard to
Yeah.
take all this criticism, which I don't really want to defend him in any
2010
instance.
Kanye.
But listen. We're just gonna run away with it, you know. That's
Exactly.
all we're gonna do.
Period.
And I love how he's just so good at like sampling stuff. Like how he has Rick James saying,
Yeah.
like, look at you.
Look
Like,
at
it's
you,
so
look
good.
at you.
Oh, and
And then just like the 4 minutes of this like non-verbal like auto-tune like grumbling, it's just like it's so artfully done, even though it like you can't hear what he's saying. It just sounds so desperate, like he's trying to say something but can't find the words, or we can't understand him.
That's how you do it, Nate Roos. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
bro, I think my favorite part of the song is when they're building up to Pusha T's part, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Run away from me, baby.
Yeah.
Run away."
I also love the line, Ichabod Crane with that motherfucking top off.
Damn, 2 Sleepy Hollow references
I know,
on the
right?
same record.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they both go hard.
That's facts.
Oh man, I think we gush about this song
I
enough.
know.
It's my
Anything else?
favorite one.
Minutes.
It's my
What
favorite
is-
one on the entire record.
Yeah.
Deservedly
It's
so.
It's the first one I wrote notes for, honestly. Like when I
Matt just writes nice.
when I
Sounds good.
you got me down to a T. But shall we move on to track number 10?
Yeah, so this is when it kind of starts falling off.
My
I'm
My
not gonna
fatigue
lie.
definitely hit here.
I will say like Dark Fantasy to Runaway is a perfect run of tracks, but these like last 4 I'm kind of mixed on.
Yeah, it's just like it gets kind of repetitive. Like,
Yeah.
especially this beat. This beat, when you first hear it, like it's hitting hard.
Dude,
you
it's
know?
like it's
Is this
nasty.
is
It's
this the only
disgusting.
one without a feature?
No, he had Power too.
No, I thought Power had somebody else on.
I
at the
think Power
end.
was just him.
Was it
Power's just him.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just him and Who Will Survive in America.
These lyrics are kind of insane.
They are.
Yeah,
Make
they're
a nun
vile.
come, make her cremate.
Yeah.
I wrote that one down.
That's a
That's
banger.
insane.
I just like love how just like scandalous and like debaucherous the song is.
No more drugs for me. Pussy and religion is all I need. Like kind of a play.
He also does a thing where he kind of uses the Schizoid Man melody,
No,
just kind of.
it's he interpolates Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Oh,
Yeah, the have
I see.
yeah.
Crazy.
20th century Schizoid Man.
Oh my
That's
god.
I'm not huge on that use. I feel like it's a little cheesy.
A little
I didn't
bit.
really thought,
But
it
it's
sounded
fine
good.
for what it is. I feel like of these last 4 tracks, this might be my favorite.
Yeah, I'm with that.
I just love the sound of it. It just sounds so disgusting.
It's so funny how like similar our notes are in terms of the beat, because I said I love how the beat like is just so obnoxious.
Yeah, it's like so sleazy.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really like captures like the vibe and just like the tone of the lyrics so
Yeah,
well.
But then when you get like halfway through, you're like, oh, it's like still going. You know, at least I do. I just get tired.
That
of it.
is fair.
Like too long.
These last tracks are very long, especially the next one.
Yeah. This
Not the
one.
John Legend one.
So are we gonna move on?
Yeah, I don't think
I don't got
anything else to
nothing
say.
else to
So
say.
this is number 11, Blame Game. I just got to be honest with you. I think the song is fucking stupid.
No, it's not stupid.
Nah, it is. I'm sorry.
No offense, John Legend's kind of put on songs that are really cheesy.
Yeah.
It feels like he's been that way since
It was on
2010.
Metro Boomin's album.
Nah, this
What
one was
does
just
that have
not
to
it
do
for
with
me.
this?
I feel
not
like
cheesy.
also tonally it doesn't really fit because everything's
No.
like just this lush production. This just kind of like an R&B song with some like rap verses.
Yeah.
and the Chris Rock skit.
That's and I did genuinely belly laugh when I heard Chris Rock start be like, "Where the hell did you learn that?" Like,
Yeezy reupholstered my
Yeah, Yeezy did.
Yeezy
That's some
taught
crazy
me.
merch.
I know.
"Reupholstered Pussy" is a great album title. Fantastic,
taught
in
me.
fact.
I don't know. I thought John Legend did good. I'm not gonna lie.
I just feel like he's just not that remarkable of a feature compared to everyone else.
yeah, no,
I
you
kinda
can't
feel the way
say
about
in the
him.
beginning.
I didn't even know he was featured on this
Same.
one.
I thought that was Kanye the first time I heard this album.
I didn't even fucking know he was featured. So
Yeah.
that really goes to show. Yeah. I mean, hey, his piano playing across this album is fantastic.
Yeah.
He's
So, I mean,
not talented. I just
Oh,
think
no.
he's sometimes forgettable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially on
This
this
is
album, it's
forgettable,
hard to
yeah.
measure up to all the
Yeah.
features on here.
and it's a shame because his voice is absolutely fucking insane. If
Yeah.
you've seen him in other stuff.
I mean, I
But-
feel like it's like a cool idea going for like this like kind of softer, more like introspective track, but it just in comparison to everything else, it just kind of gets lost in
It
the
is
mix.
funny to imagine Fergie and John Legend like conversing in 2010.
What would they talk about?
See, we're being so funny about it. Like, obviously, that wasn't how it was recorded. They probably weren't together. But like, it's
Yeah,
such
true.
a funny
I
thought
know.
to think of Fergie and John Legend. in the
Kanye brought
same
every
room.
single guest and put them in
Like
the
a
studio.
dinner.
and
They had a
had to
dinner.
Stay there.
It
Yeah.
was
on
10
the
people.
same-
It's
Yeah.
Survivor.
That's just
They're on
insane.
it's Survivor.
They vote someone out. Renee,
Taylor
John
got
Legend's up
voted.
first.
Yeah, hopefully they get them all done before they're voted.
Oh, but yeah, I really don't have much to say about this. And to be honest, I have like nothing to say after
The last two
like,
tracks?
the last two.
I guess we can talk about them together because they essentially go
Yeah.
together.
Wait, this
They
one's
just
kind of.
work.
I'm reading now on Genius Lyrics that according to Kanye, the verse began as a poem for the next one for Lost in the World
Yeah,
with Bon Iver.
that one's
wrote
cool.
a poem he emailed to Kim Kardashian. Emailed? It's 2010. Email. He emailed a poem to Kim Kardashian. That is
It's so romantic.
insane.
Sweetheart. You know,
I don't think I
What?
call
the sweetheart
Kanye West
at
a
that
sweetheart.
time.
Oh my god.
I don't know if that's the word verbiage I'd use, but maybe into 2010. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, Lost in the World, Bon Iver kind of goes off, which
Yeah.
is very nice. I like
Yeah.
that part
That's
a lot.
Bon Iver's thing is to like quietly
Yeah.
just fucking slay.
Exactly.
This one is what I felt like was the Some Nights core a little bit.
Yeah, the kind of the auto-tune, I can definitely see. It's definitely nowhere near like as obnoxious.
Oh no. I mean, I think it's overall everything on this album
It's tastefully done.
way more tastefully done
Yeah.
than anything Nate Roos ever has come up with, ever will come up with. But like, yeah, no, I think that this is the one where I was kind of like, okay, this could definitely end soon.
Yeah, it is.
But hey.
It is a little long, especially in like the last 4 tracks. They could definitely trim
Imagine
that
Kim
down.
Kardashian reading this email. I'm so sorry, I can't get over that.
That is
There's a line that says,
crazy.
"You're my you're my stress and you're my masseuse." It's just like going back and forth. But like, if somebody emailed this to me, I think I'd be. I don't know what I would think. Not good things
I
necessarily.
probably think it wasn't even Kanye. I think it was like a person pretending to like be Kanye.
No, like someone hacked. Like he got hacked.
His account got hacked.
oh god,
That's funny as shit though.
yeah, that's just crazy though.
That's wild. This whole album.
Does
is
this one
wild.
fade into the next one?
Yeah, they basically go together.
Yeah.
Um,
And the next one's like a minute long.
yeah, it's just kind of like a sample of this dude named Gil Scott-Heron, where he's essentially kind of doing like what's it called?
Spoken word.
Spoken word, slam poetry,
prose.
Yeah. It was kind of like talking about like the civil rights movement. So
Yeah.
like it was taken from that, and it essentially tries to encapsulate all the themes of the album, and I think it does that decently well.
For the most part, yeah.
It's inoffensive 1 minute track. I think it closes the album pretty nice. I like the clapping at the end, some good studio imagery. As it kind of goes back to, Nicki Minaj introduces the story and it's like, yeah, the story's over.
Hooray.
Hooray.
But then we end it with Beyonce, which I think is purposeful.
Do we?
That's what Genius Lyrics is telling me.
Porqué?
What is See Me Now?
40K.
That might be like a deluxe track or a hidden track. Because I think the
yeah,
base
I haven't
album ends
seen
with "We'll Survive in America."
Well, I was gonna say that is funny if that's a deluxe and you ended up
With
with
Beyonce.
Beyonce. Like that's coming from the VMAs. That's kind of crazy.
That's bold that you leave her off the main album.
But then you put her on the deluxe and
Yeah.
she's like the.
The one.
That's probably why he did it. He probably wanted, he was like,
That definitely is why he did
I'm
it.
going to make an album And then he's just like, and if I defend her right now for no apparent reason, she'll be on my album in the deluxe version.
It was all planned from the
Oh my
beginning.
gosh, that's so
Mind
funny.
games.
Why do I feel like he would kind of do that though?
He's on
Beyonce and
level
Big Sean got
chess,
called
bro.
up and they're like, listen,
This
I
is all
need
planned with this Honolulu. Your flight's already booked.
it's
We'll
the
see you
same
there.
call. It's the same call like Taylor Swift where he was like, the song's coming out regardless.
He sent
like,
her
you're
the
getting on this
commandments.
plane.
He faxed it to
Study
her.
these before you get here.
Oh.
And Beyonce's like, okay.
Okay, sure.
It's like, please just stop talking, please.
I'm lost in the way.
Do you think Beyonce, after all this, is still grateful that Kanye West defended her for absolutely no reason against?
Was she ever?
No, she
Bro,
did not.
no.
She seemed quite embarrassed.
Do you,
when
well,
she,
yeah, because like, do you imagine? Like, you saw, she
Of
was like,
all the
no,
people.
no. Taylor can
kinda put
have
on the
it.
spot.
There were just pictures of Taylor Swift and Beyonce that came out because Taylor went to her. She did like a live tour documentary, Beyonce, and she went to the premiere.
Oh,
There's
shit.
Pictures of her and Beyonce together, and it's so funny.
Oh, the Eras Tour documentary?
No, not that. It was Beyonce's
shit.
concert documentary, and she had a premiere for it. And Taylor and her were like photographed. Like, but Beyonce invited her.
Oh,
Isn't that good?
damn.
Very cool.
Beyonce's like, I want nothing to do with that one.
Brothers in arms.
Crazy.
Brothers in arms.
I know. I haven't looked into like what Jay-Z thinks of Kanye now because they were tight.
Yeah,
They were
he was
tight.
his protege.
I was gonna say, does
throne,
anybody stand
baby.
by Kanye anymore, or is everyone kind of like?
They just put out a new
I think
song.
Pusha
Was he on the
T,
Joe
I think
Rogan podcast?
that's
Or I
it.
didn't make that up.
He was on Alex Jones.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
He's something even worse.
Oh, was that when he was?
He had the mask
full-
on.
Yeah.
And
They
even
were-
Alex Jones was like, yo, really, dude?
You got Alex Jones saying that. You know something.
That was the one
Yeah.
where he said, I like.
Yeah.
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 There were so many like conspiracies that it's not really Kanye. Kanye's locked in a basement somewhere. This is
No.
He went back.
Kanye West has always been like that though. Like if you look at his press, do you remember when Kanye West was on the Ellen Show? Did anybody ever see that?
When they
That
did
is a
No
they did
way.
the episode.
Dude,
what?
Yeah.
He's so creepy in that interview. Like when
Yeah.
they start talking, he starts giggling like,
Yeah, dude.
like the whole
And
time.
Ellen's just like,
She has no idea what to say.
Like he's high on
not
like,
that Ellen's a good person. Everyone's
Yeah,
kind of awful.
everyone in Hollywood sucks ass.
yeah.
Literally.
Except
What
for
was
us, the family family album.
What did Ellen do to her employees? Didn't she do something?
No, did anybody? This is so off topic. Did anybody see the meme of the video from Glee of the teacher, the blonde teacher, pushing someone down the stairs, and she's has the same haircut as Ellen, and someone captioned like Ellen to her employees. It was so funny.
That's awesome.
Jesus.
Sue Sylvester. You know what I'm talking about?
Jane
Jamie-
Lynch.
Yes, she has the
Yeah.
same hair, like
Yeah.
pushing a person down the stairs, and they were like Ellen.
Ellen
not
went.
Ellen.
Well, it's fun talking about Ellen, but it was a lot of fun talking about this album.
Yeah, we end with Ellen.
So, Elizabeth, what did you think of My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
You know, I've said it a million times, but I'll restate it again. I'm not a Kanye fan, but I think for the time period and getting that many artists on a project and putting that much time into the production and like, I don't know, I can appreciate it from a standpoint of
Yeah.
that. But in terms of like what I would listen to regularly, like I would never put this on.
Yeah.
Except maybe Monster. I stand
bangs.
with Monster.
So
Monster
fucking good.
bangs. I say, I'm trying to think of my top. I love the Rihanna song because I love Rihanna.
Yeah.
And I like Monster. And I don't even know who would be my third. I don't know if I have maybe Power, but that's so basic.
Yeah.
See, I have such a basic concept of this album, but I don't know. I think I give it like a 5 out of 10. It didn't really upset me, but it didn't really like
That's
do
crazy.
what.
for you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't.
I mean, like from a personal like viewpoint of like how you feel, I can
I have
understand
such
that.
an
Yeah.
issue though of separating the artist from the
Yeah.
music because the artist directly from like they still make money off
Yeah,
it,
like,
and
that's also
not a
like
ton, but still.
the album is also just like them. Is a piece of them is in that album, and you can't take that
Yeah,
out of there.
I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say 5 out of 10. And in 2010, I guess Kanye was okay.
Not great, but
Not great, but like
okay.
better.
yeah.
Maybe
Better than now.
I don't know.
Yeah. We won't touch it. Andrew, thoughts?
I'd give it a 9 out of 10. I think this album eats. I think it absolutely feast. Yeah,
I love him reading off his
lunch, and
phone.
dinner.
Did he write this album
I'm
Eats?
looking. I'm looking at the songs. No,
It's off the dome.
Yeah, that's off the dome. He's feasting. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, supper, dessert, all the above. But my top 3 got to be Devil in a New Dress, guitar rips, probably All the Lights, just because, you know,
It's classic.
Rihanna
Yeah.
riffs, you know, and then Runaway, because it's just so good. It's a masterpiece.
Fair enough.
That whole album, I'm like, except for the back end. But
Yeah,
that's what the point comes off.
It is kind of interesting because I feel like he could have ended it at Runaway,
He could have.
but like it's weird that he put those last 4 on there. Anyway,
Filler tracks.
Matt, what did you think of Twisted Fantasy?
So I am very upset by how amazing this record is. Like genuinely, it like was painful writing anything complimentary about this album for me. Because I'm kind of in a similar boat with Elizabeth, where I also have a lot of trouble separating the art from the artist.
I don't.
I do. I'm sorry. It's very hard for me to, but I can't really deny that like the amount of creative liberties that were taken with this album is just like they all landed so well. Like I'd say though it did have me until like the last 3 songs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Maybe.
Valid.
Mostly track 11. I just think that track is just kind of
Blame game.
pointless.
Yeah.
Are we blaming John Legend?
I guess I am.
It's
Play
very
the blame
fitting.
game, bro.
I guess it is.
I hate you more, John Lennon.
But like the pacing of most of this album is so fucking good. Like I'm honestly so frustrated with how marvelous it is. And the sampling's on point. The vocals are just incredible. The rhythms and syncopations on all the beats are like borderline flawless.
Yeah.
It's just very frustrating how much this album is so likable, especially given the current climate of like everything going on.
That's what
Because
happens.
this is the first full Kanye album I've ever listened to.
Yes, and
That's what happens
Yeah,
when you lock
same.
yourself on an island. Though.
So all right, so be it. But no, I will say upon the later listens, it kind of grew on me a little bit less, but I still enjoyed it.
okay.
So I'm gonna give this like I'd say like a B and like a 7.7 out of 10.
Okay.
I just can't really put it in A tier.
I understand.
I can't.
Well, I quite love this album. Andrew is the one who introduced me to it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Even before, I forgot about that.
yeah, you showed me Devil in a New Dress. I was like, fuck, I
'cause
gotta check this
I
out.
loved it.
But I adore this album. I can't separate the art from the artist, even though the artist is a massive piece of shit. The album as a whole is very well done and executed flawlessly, essentially. Every track on here, even like the back half, I would say is still a good track. The production is so lush and immaculate. Everything you listen to is just captivating. Kanye's personality is just so enthralling to listen to. Hearing him be vulnerable and cocky at the same time, it's just such a nice kind of back and forth. And I loved like the theme as well. I think every song kind of captures it very well. And the instrumentation is fucking incredible. Goddamn those guitars and those drums and those strings, just everything. I'm gonna give this like an A+, I think, easily. It's fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Wait,
Slay.
did y'all say your 3 favorites?
I did not.
Matt, what are your favorites?
Okay, well, without a doubt, I gotta say that Blame Game is at number 1.
Especially John Legend.
Yeah, kills it.
No. For real though, I'd say Runaway, without a doubt, is in the first place for me.
Yeah.
Like upon the first listen, this track sent me somewhere. So genuinely, just oh my god, loved it. Power has to be dead ass at number 2. Just the usage of sampling and like everything about like that track due to like the like when it comes to like the beat
Yeah.
or like just I don't know, even his delivery. His delivery on that is just so much
I know.
confidence, just
Yeah.
like rolling and moaning.
It's infectious.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And then for my number 3, I have no idea. I would say maybe All of the Lights.
Okay. Very fair.
That one
Rihanna
grew on
Slay.
me.
It's
Yeah.
just a solid one.
That one
All
grew
around.
on me. Monster would probably be like right underneath that.
Yeah.
But All the Lights is just like so enjoyable for me.
I don't know. My top 3 is just really fucking tough because there's so many I could put up there. In no order, I'd say like Monster. I really like Dark Fantasy, which is weird. I love that track. And then I guess Power. I just have nostalgia for it.
Yes, sir.
But there's so many more. Gorgeous, All the Lights, Devil in a New Dress. They're all great. And I guess that'll bring us to the end of this episode. When the prodigal son and daughter return on this very special
I'm
episode.
sure we'll be back. We
AJ's
both already want to come
grandkids.
back.
Thanks, Grandpa.
We love visiting Grandpa.
No problem, kiddo.
In the studio.
But it was a pleasure having you guys back on. We hope you
Thank you so
enjoyed.
much.
Yeah, it's nice to
We'll be
meet you.
begging to
Thank
come
you
back
again.
again. We already talked about it.
Exactly.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well, happy holidays, family heads. We hope you enjoyed. As always, I'm your host, AJ Tenari.
I'm Matt Glass.
I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Andrew.
This has been the Family Album. Thank you for always listening, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.
Bye.